You are watching my favorite YouTube channel. I am Chill Monger, and I thought it would be really cool if I could get some fire coming out from. Why are you laughing?
Your favorite channel. Now it's so promotion up there.
It's my favorite YouTube channel. I feel like I have some fire, coming from the bottom, but look, it's overlaying over your names.
Oh,
Chillmonger,
What's
the
up,
Jaded
guys?
Fanboy, SSJK.Sanctum, and this is Taylor Swift.
It's time. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 33.
Everything will be alright if you answer with me.
What the hell?
Let's just get to the thing.
How did you segue to Taylor Swift?
Did Hawkeye give him that washroom selfie, the one that he asked for?
Oh, yeah.
He saw Thanos was right.
The washroom selfie.
Yeah. And after when he was at the musical, after he saw the actress playing Scarlet Johannsson, Black Widow, he had to excuse himself and he went to the bathroom.
I forgot.
And while he was in the bathroom, that one guy comes in and goes, "Is this a good time for a selfie?" And it was like, really, guy.
Oh, is that when the Thanos was right thing showed up on the thing? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Give him that washroom selfie. Yeah, he probably did that. Like discuss, like I don't want to do it, but whatever. He was probably disgusted after doing it.
He's disgusted like somebody's live chats.
But he hated him. Please, he hated himself.
Wayne says my ears are bleeding. Azor's Tiger says
Taylor Swift. Christ.
Why does it crap you up? It's quality music. You guys got to take it seriously. What's good?
Don't say stuff like that while I'm taking a drink.
Hello, comic book steals and deals. Look, I don't think that he took that selfie with him. I think Hawkeye had integrity and said, no, there's a time and place for everything. This is not the time and place. And just because the next scene we saw was him outside with his daughter, it doesn't mean that, in between, I'm sure he took care of him. No, there's no picture. Because this is the MCU. They do comedy. They'd probably show that part where, that picture. So we still got 4 more episodes to see if that picture shows up.
This is a guy that was willing to lose in a medieval jousting event to get the
Ronin costume.
The Ronin costume. I don't. He knows. I don't know if he's willing to let a guy beat the crap out of him in public
for something.
Huh?
Yeah, but he got something in return for that. He doesn't get anything in return for the washroom selfie, so it's not really a good example.
Well, no, because he inspires people. Remember, so when he gets selfies, he can help inspire people. Nah, really, you don't think he took the selfie? Oh, okay.
We don't think that. That Taylor Swift, not in a bad way, just caught me off guard. LOL.
Yeah, that was like out of nowhere.
Ravis Cool says, "Who cut Captain Marvel's hair in Endgame?" I'm saving this for next week. Tune in next week, and I'll put this. I'll start off with this question. Maybe it'll be in my top 5. He said, if Thanos had all the Infinity Stones in Endgame, when he fought Wanda, what do you have? I don't know. I think it depends on what the writers want, right?
No, at that point, he didn't have the Infinity Gauntlet yet.
If
Thanos had all the Infinity Stones. It's the writers. They're not going to let him win.
Azor's Tiger. Yeah, no washroom selfie. Beat it, weirdo.
I don't know. I think it's because he was in a vulnerable point. I just pictured him being in a vulnerable point at that time.
Yeah.
So he was just kind of like just to get it over with, like not because he wanted to, just because I think he was at a very vulnerable.
Hey, Brev is cool. You are hijacking the stream when you ask. I'm not even gonna read it yet, but like these long ass things. If it's related to the show, sure. But if you have a question, I still want your questions. Just wait till the show is done, I guess. Put it in the comment section of the video, and then like when I'm making questions for the next stream, I'll already have like a ton that that you have just provided. But I don't want to just talk about Spider-Man and then over here you want me to talk about Kevin Feige and Scarlett Johansson. It's like, I gotta be on track because I try to keep it under 2 hours, which is the second question. Who says grace at the Avengers Thanksgiving dinner table? Any Avengers period. It could be 2012. It could be, at the funeral. Who said grace with all the Avengers who were alive at that point?
It'll probably be Hawkeye.
Would they even say grace?
I mean, if they had to, who would be the one?
It's most likely Hawkeye, because I'm not saying Bruce and them aren't religious and stuff, or even Thor, but like even Cap, when when the first movie, when Avengers 2012, when he was like, there's only one God I know, and he doesn't dress like that. I think once he saw aliens and stuff, he's like, kind of backed down from his beliefs probably, or changed his outlook on it. I think probably Hawkeye. Hawkeye's probably gracing the dinner table.
I would say Hawkeye only after they found out he had a family. Because if they found out he had a family, then they would go, oh, okay, we can give it to Hawkeye, because Hawkeye's used to doing that type of stuff. Because nobody else there really has a family that they celebrate Thanksgiving with, I guess.
Oh, so yeah, all right.
But if it was before they knew Hawkeye had a family, I would say I don't think that they would just go. I don't know. It'd be really awkward, I think.
Damn, the MCU is pretty tragic if you think about it. None of the Avengers have family members aside from, before 2017, aside from Thor and Hawkeye.
We introduced ourselves to Kate Bishop, and she's already one parent down.
She's already one parent down.
Tragic.
Keeping it Hawkeye related. Was that LARPER
coming from Chillmonger is just so heartwarming.
I just got to say how it is. That LARPER, the guy who took this costume, was he a firefighter? Because there was a sticker of LARP on the fire truck. Or was he one of the cops? Because in that LARP kind of convention, half of the people here are cops or firefighters. I'm going to go ahead and say firefighter.
Well, yeah, because
firefighter.
Well, yeah, because he went on the phone and he did New York Fire Department, and he did all the picture of the New York Fire Department.
Oh, so he actually is.
So he actually has to be, because he actually went to their names or whatever, and then did all the faces, and they were all the New York firefighters. So he just checked the one that might have.
That's why I don't like social media. The database that they have on all of us is completely scary.
Yeah.
Question number 4. When will you get your No Way Home tickets, guys? It's Spider Monday coming up.
It depends. I would get it Monday, but I think for me, I might be safe to wait until December 17th to get it. But just for this film, I'm going to pre-order my tickets early. Just for this film. I never pre-ordered 2 weeks in advance. I'm going to pre-order. Because I know people are going to flood the site. It may crash just to get these tickets.
It will. That's part of the advertising. They get to market it as so many people visited the website.
Wait, did crashed. Because this is the thing. When I went to go see Avengers Endgame, right? You can pre-order. I was able to get my tickets maybe 2 days prior.
Yeah.
Before going to see the movie.
I was going to ask, can't you pre-order already?
Yep. Not yet until Thursday. I mean,
Monday. Not until Thursday. Okay.
Okay, but my experience with pre-orders are, yes, an Avengers Endgame, that day they were all available, but then they didn't release all of the theaters inside the theater, or the auditoriums inside of the cinema were not all Avengers Endgame ready. They actually held it off, and then maybe 2 weeks into the movie, then they finally decided, okay, you know what, we're not going to be showing any other freaking movie except Avengers Endgame, and all I don't know, 10, 20 of the theaters were all showing.
Really?
Endgame.
Oh, Avengers.
So more tickets opened up the closer we got to the date when they realized what the demand was.
I actually felt bad for all the I kind of felt bad and didn't feel bad for all the other movies dumb enough to release around that time of Endgame.
Yeah, but it's not like they were privy to their to Disney's or to the MCU schedule to go, Avengers is going to be released in 3 months. So it's they had their already.
But also you have to understand, there's going to be a chick flick, or there's going to be a desire for another, movie going audience member. they're gonna be really upset when they go and they're like, I wanted to see some slow, heartfelt. What's that?
I wanted to see the Notebook, and all that's available is this Avengers movie.
I know, and they're gonna be an upset customer for that week. But then, they're gonna make a lot of money, so they're gonna have to upset some people. And that Spider Monday thing, by the way, what a lame. I guess it's supposed to sound like Spider-Man Day, Spider Monday, except Spider-Man didn't debut in December. He debuted in like August of '62, I think. So that's lame. 5. Could Phastos have come up with Tony's little time equation with the loop of the inverted?
Yeah.
Could he?
Why wouldn't
he? He pretty much made all the blueprints for humanity. The steam engine, guns, the plow. He made the
Technically, we don't know about the goods. We're just assuming that.
And mind you, we have to factor in the Eternals know a lot more than all these Avengers and stuff when it comes to space, all this stuff. And they have old memory. Depending how the sequel goes or whatever. At some point, if they get the ability to tap into their past memories, their past lives, who knows what other knowledge they get from that, which transcends humanity. Because there are civilizations prior to us based off how the Eternals explained it. Mm-hmm. So, I
don't think he would have came up with it as fast. I don't think it would have taken him, an afternoon to figure it out. But
yeah, probably a week. But he can figure it out.
See, I'm going to disagree. I think that Tony's special. What he came up with, only he could do. It's Tony Stark, baby. It's 33 Burning MCU Questions, where I stick up for Tony. That's Jaded Fanboy. His YouTube channel is The Jaded Fanboy. That's ssjk.sanctum. And the next question is number 6. Hawkeye joke. Are all surprises unexpected?
Yeah, that's why they're surprises.
Can't you have an unexpected surprise? Like, what if it is a birthday? So, you're expecting a surprise for your birthday. That's an expected surprise. But if someone just pulls up on you, like, with a cake or a present, and it's not your birthday, that's an unexpected surprise. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically saying that you're agreeing with us. All surprises are unexpected.
It's like Spider-Man No Way Home. It's no surprise that Toby and Andrew's gonna show up. They think, we're going to surprise them. Mm-hmm. We know.
Hold on. Let's say Toby. I'm not saying they aren't, but let's say just Toby is in No Way Home. Mm-hmm. Will we not be surprised?
I'll be surprised.
Even though we expected.
But I'll be fine with Toby showing up.
No, I'm just saying, let's say only Toby shows up. We would still be surprised, even though we expected him.
Because I'll be like, oh shit, I was wrong about the rumors. Oh, wow.
Yeah, see what I mean? And so it's like, in that way, we can be prepared for something, and then we're expecting the surprise, and then when it's not what we want it to be, we're still surprised.
So that would be an unexpected surprise. But if he was there, it would be an expected surprise.
It'd be an expected surprise. So I guess given the right circumstances, you can have an expected surprise.
Mm-hmm. You see? You didn't think that, did you? What's going on, Tony? Tony in the live chat. Purpose here. LB is here. Hey, Hawkeye, or rather, Kate Bishop told this to her dad, to her stepdad. She's wrong. Stepdad was right. Jacques Touquet.
That's because it's Kate. Of course she's wrong.
Number 7. So Banner isn't always angry anymore. What's with the new look? What's going on here?
Well, this is what he's not angry. Well, after press talk, this is what I call it. He's not angry. What he did was whatever deal him and Hulk made, it wasn't a deal. He literally locked him away in some part of his subconscious. Like, he locked him away because Bruce is in full control. But I think Hulk took away, things like the healing, suppressed it. But he's not angry no more. He's not angry like that. Like he can manage it. Hulk is manageable now. Like I think he can probably have sex now without getting too excited and transforming.
Not even a little.
Yeah, but K-Dot, there was that one. Well, I forget which one it was. It was in Infinity War when they go back, and he has to recreate himself being the Hulk. He literally takes off and goes, "I'm angry." Like he couldn't even fake being angry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like, no, I don't think Banner can be angry anymore. He doesn't know how.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's not angry no more. Like
He's not angry no more.
he's in full control of the Hulk.
That was one of the most
To an extent.
craziest scene in that movie.
That's why I think. This is why I honestly think Bruce and Endgame lied about him and Hulk making a deal, and when we find out in She-Hulk that Bruce actually straight up locked him away.
How we know this when we find out in She-Hulk, because K-Dot got a hold of the script.
Inside scoop.
Just letting us all know that this is
No. I'm not telling y'all what it is. I'm telling what would be a good twist is if that Bruce straight up lied and he found a way to lock away Hulk in his subconscious, in his mind, like lock him away. And
what you said just happened in the most recent comic that came out this Wednesday. Bruce Banner kind of makes the Hulk into some sort of starship machine where he has complete control of the Hulk, and he's over here fighting the Iron Man. And a couple of pages later, they talk about his anger and how to control him, you have to have his psyche under control. And he caged it, and that's Bruce Banner, like inside of the Hulk, and he has a, what do you call the thing that
lever?
Thing? A lever. Rogue Comics is in the building, and he can tell us more about that, right? You read the comic, didn't you?
I didn't even read the comic, but that's what I think it might be. That's the only way I think it could be. Bruce lied to the crew about him and Hulk making a deal, because if you look at Endgame, there's no sign of Hulk besides Hulk's appearance. His personality is gone. He doesn't rage out. He can't heal. So
he never really gets hit to heal anyway, so we don't really get to see that though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bruce forcibly found a way to lock him away in his subconscious. And then in She-Hulk, where hopefully we find out that, hey, he did do that to Hulk, and Bruce was being a shitty freaking person.
Yeah, but
She-Hulk happens before Hulk.
What would be the end goal of that though? Like let's say that's true. What would be the point? Like where would that even go as a story though?
Just to show that divide between Bruce and Hulk, and because Hulk just wants to be left alone. But I mean, he honestly doesn't hate Bruce, but like he just mad that Bruce keeps him locked away. It would go into that plot of Bruce constantly trying to lock him away, keep him suppressed, and Hulk just wants to, like he wants to take a share of the body. Like for example, there's the Marvel. You remember there's an animated show, the Avengers animated show. And they touch upon this. So Bruce and Hulk broke a deal to share the body, like, one take it 3 days a week, the other take it 2 days a week.
3 days a week, share custody.
It's like they share it because they know Bruce knows Hulk wants to have a chance to live, and Hulk wants to let Bruce live. So they share it. And I don't think they're at that point. Even now. They're still at that.
But I'm saying going based off of the movies, that doesn't really apply. In the movies, Banner just transforms to the Hulk whenever he feels like it. Like in the first Avengers movie, right? He just simply turns into the Hulk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then he directed
so it's like, I don't really see how he's suppressing. Like I understand from the comic books, yes, he does. Like there are numerous stories of how Banner and the Hulk are constantly at war on who wants to be the dominant one. But in the movies, I don't really see that.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like Hulk's evolution is like literally up and down. Like, and that's the thing. I don't disagree with you on that, because Hulk's like, if you look at the first Incredible Hulk movie, he's kind of like Planet Hulk, but he just can't talk. And then after that, he turns into Savage Hulk. His evolution is like flip floppy. But based off Endgame, what it seems like, Bruce was not telling the truth about their deal they made to share the body. Because there's no sign of Hulk in Endgame. Here's Hulk in appearance. Personality-wise, Hulk is gone. It's Bruce controlling the body. So There's a little bit more
Yeah,
to
it's a
it.
possibility. It's just
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
I can think what the story arc is after that. With that,
yeah, I just want if they want to make it interesting, then do that. But at this point, Hulk's trash. But you know, they want to make it interesting. Do something like that.
if you want to make it interesting, bring back the good Hulk.
Speaking of good and evil, question number 8 asks, is the Loki in Loki evil? I'm going to start. Yes, he is. This is not a good character. I understand he got to watch his whole life on a film overhead projector thingy, which is kind of strange. However, by the end, he doesn't really make the best choice for like humanity or anything. It's really just because he likes Sylvie Loki.
Yeah.
He loves himself. He's just getting an alternate version of himself. So
yeah, he's evil. He doesn't get redeemed. I mean, because in first episode, he was literally trying to take over New York and kill a bunch of people. Well, he did kill a bunch of people. He's evil. Just because you see a light flash before your eyes doesn't redeem you.
He tried to take over the time variance place. He tried to take it over.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like, when was the good guy turn? No, all that happened was he started caring about somebody else.
I think the train ride was
which was only someone that was just like him from a different universe. That's the thing. That's his selfishness. He only cares about himself, and the only thing he can care about is someone else that looks like him or is him.
Yep. But all of the other Lokis that were helping him reach kind of the end of time. What was the black smoke monster called? The Amalith. They are good people because they were sacrificing themselves for a mission to succeed. But this Loki.
I think he's more the protagonist as opposed to a good guy.
There we go. That's right. Good people don't kill people for power. We'll call him the protagonist, but the Loki in Loki was evil.
Yeah, he's evil. Some people said he was like redeemed, but just because you see your life flash before your eyes doesn't mean you're redeemed. I can do a whole bunch of bad stuff and see my life flash before my eyes or see what's going to happen, but that still doesn't change the fact I'm a bad person.
Yeah, but I think the change of heart was the train ride. That conversation with the train ride that he had with the girl, where he opened up and they kind of started a little romance thing because he kind of opened up. So I think that was the whole idea of him being more than just another bad guy that he's growing as a character.
Perp says Loki didn't kill anybody in Loki. I could have sworn he did, but he still lied. Remember the first mission he got to be on in that little carnival? He's like, let's stay here in this tent because I know what Sylvie wants. And or the other Loki at the time wasn't Sylvie.
Yeah,
he was lying.
He was making up.
This guy's evil. That's what evil people do. They're just shit disturbers.
He still wants power. I mean,
and he was trying to team up with the evil Loki to take down the TVA. Like he wasn't even really working TVA. He wanted to meet with the evil version of himself to see what she was doing and get in on whatever.
Yeah, that was his plan, was to team up with her.
Because he wanted some Loki. He wanted some.
Oh God!
Again, who knows what's going to happen in season 2? They might have him progress further, but
season 2
Underoos.
Oh my gosh, they're setting up the Young Avengers. Jeez, baby Loki.
The 9th question of 33 Burning MCU Questions with Chillmonger, with the Jaded Fanboy, with Mike from Roll Comics, who's currently dealing with stuff you said in private chat. He'll be back in a minute. And SSJK.Sanctum. The 9th question is, if you had Hawkeye's number, would you text him?
Oh, yeah.
What would you text him?
I would say, hey, man, could you hook me up with that redhead that you work with?
That'd be he's dead.
Wait, no, but it doesn't say at a certain point. So this could be 2012, 2014. I'll say, hey man, did you hook me up with that redhead you work with?
Yeah, like you'd have a shot.
He'd
give you the number. He'd give you the number just to see you crash and burn so damn hard.
Look, this is the thing. Bruce, he wasn't satisfying her enough. I'll just, I will appeal to her understanding.
LB says, no, you're not texting Hawkeye.
I mean, I would text Hawkeye's number.
If I was in contact with an Avenger, I don't know, I would want a bow and arrow. I would ask him, for
What would I text them?
I don't know.
Honestly, this is why I asked for an internship. Like, can I intern under you guys? Just work. I would like a job. If I'm gonna do it, I'm like, I would try to ask for a job. I know they got something at the Avengers base or in Shield for me to do. Delivering coffee to Nick Fury, whatever. It's something.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's what you gotta have to do because this is Hawkeye. He's gonna exchange phones and drop phones and burn SIM cards any moment. So you gotta take advantage of this short time you have. Ask for something long term.
It would be based on why he gives you his number.
Okay, let's pretend it's the same situation that Kate Bishop is in. Some trouble just went down, and you were an accomplice, or you were somewhat helpful. So you feel like you might have a little bit of entitlement to text him. If that was your relationship with Hawkeye, then what? What would you ask for? You'd be like, "Merry Christmas. Hey, by the way, I got this. I don't know. What do you ask Hawkeye for?
No, because if I'm in Kate's situation, then I'm also going to be going out trying to be a superhero. So anytime I go, hey, I just found a bunch of guys and I'm about to go in. You want to help? And it would just basically be for backup. I would always text them for backup because I'd be going, I got Hawkeye on speed dial. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Honestly, we're all saying the same thing. Bow and arrow. Lamest
No,
Avenger.
I don't want it either.
Hey,
I
the
don't want
latest
his bow and
Avenger
arrow.
died. Leave her alone.
I don't want his bow and arrow. I just want to, either get a date with Black Widow or ask for a job. That's it. I'd rather ask for Black Widow's stinger thingies on her wrist stinger gauntlet thingies, her venom thingies.
Yeah, all you got to do is point and shoot. Hawkeye actually needs skill for that one.
You know what? Just to piss him off, I text Hawkeye, hey, so can you hook me up with Cap?
Captain Marvel?
No, Captain America. Captain Marvel, please.
What would you want to hook up with Steve Rogers? In what way?
In other words, like buddy up with Captain America. In other words, I got your number. I don't want to be friends with you, Hawkeye. I want to be friends with Captain America. Or I want to be friends with Thor just to piss him off because in the
you don't care about his feelings.
Because in the comic books, Hawkeye and Captain America had that little their issues and stuff. So I was just picturing just to piss off Hawkeye. It's like, hey, Hawkeye, I got your number. Can you give me Captain America's cell phone number? I'd rather be friends with him.
He's gonna look at that. He's gonna hear it and drop a tear from his face. Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, drop it.
He's gonna say, totally, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, I'll totally hook you up. And be crying.
Black Widow's the answer. Come on now.
Black Widow.
10. Will Clint be home for Christmas, Jaded?
He'll be home for Christmas, but beat up bad.
So he doesn't
die.
I don't know.
There's too much. There's too much of a story arc if he isn't, and I don't know if the show wants to examine that, because if it's in a situation where he's got to save Kate or he's got to go home, I'd rather he save Kate than go home for Christmas, right? So if the story wants to have that story arc where he's sacrificing his own personal life for somebody's life, I'd rather he do that, to be quite honest.
Probably what they're doing. Yep, they're aiming for that exact thing, because
so
they wouldn't
be
just mention that for no reason. They want you to have some emotional attachment. So when something keeps him, maybe it's Kingpin or Yelena, keeps him for getting home for Christmas, it just adds more weight to it. I also don't really like that we have 6 episodes and it's all happening within 6 days. That to me makes me feel like this is kind of controlled, and there's no sense of kind of confusion, chaos. Remember 5 years later and how we were just like, what the F? Endgame is just changing the game. I never expected this from the trailers. Remember that? Right. We're not getting that here.
Yeah, everything is kind of expected.
I see kind of 2 scenarios. Either, he does end up going home, but he's going to be beaten up badly and bruised up. Or he never does make it home, and this jump starts him into somewhere else. Like he gets, I don't know, by the end of this, taken somewhere, captured, or he has to go straight into another event at the end of this show that has to do with, you know, the multiverse situation stuff, because this show takes place 2 years after. No Way Home already happened, Multiverse of Madness already happened, and the world seems a little bit normal, but we think it's normal. Like maybe this world in Hawkeye, which is 2 years after Endgame, is a result of whatever multiverse has been going on. Because mind you, everything is like calm and stuff right now. No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness happens before this. I think this is maybe he might transition straight in that, but there's only those two scenarios. He's going to go home badly beat up and bruised, but he's going to make it home, and he's going to save Kate. So
we know that Kate is going to be a prisoner. Everyone just kind of thinks that. All three of us are coming to that conclusion that Kate is going to be the one that's going to keep him from not making it home.
I mean, that makes sense. They said it. They seem to set it up like that. You know, got to make a decision, save either Kate or go home to his family. You know, we'll be. I would even be mad if Hawkeye goes like, "Yeah, I'm going home. Bye."
Question number 11. Kevin Feige revealed, whether it was a Variety article or Hollywood Reporter, one of those, that there is a secret upcoming Scarlet Johansson project unrelated to the Black Widow. Does that mean she's directing? That's kind of how I read this news, that she'll be directing something.
It says she's a producer. I know it's Black Widow related, or it can be female film related. Not saying I think it's either female film related or show Black Widow related. They're saying it's not, but mind you, how many of these MCU actors become producers on these movies and stuff? Not that.
I don't think it's ever happened.
This is the first time we're hearing about this, so it has to be something associated with Natasha Romanoff, one way or another.
So that's what I think. Something
it's not Black Widow. Yeah, probably something a Florence Pugh project of Yelena.
Okay. In Star Wars Mandalorian, they had Greaves Cargo. What's his name? Carl Weathers? Is that it?
Weathers. Yeah.
That dude, just an actor. Then season 2 happens, he gets to direct his own episode. There is a precedent for that. And if that's what Scarlett Johansson is doing, that's what I suspect she's doing.
Yeah, but when Scarlett Johansson sued Disney, whatever, didn't they settle out of court? Like, we never got the full.
Yeah, which is a good news. It means that they never spilt any tea. And plus, remember, she was suing Disney. She wasn't really mad at Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige was the one, according to reports, who was upset and wanted Bob Chapek to get in line and actually pay her money. She's worth it. And I can't believe this is happening, because he probably had these plans the whole time.
And I'm just saying, maybe part of that settlement was she gets to produce or direct the movie.
Oh, it's part of the settlement.
Yeah, that's what because again, maybe it was part of the settlement where she's going, I'll forego $25 million or whatever, but I want to have a shot at either directing or producing or whatever type movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
That way she get upper cred or Hollywood cred and say, hey, I'm not just an actress, I can also direct. Here's my chance. Yep. And she kind of forced them into.
And she'll be directing something that everyone is going to watch, which is in the spotlight of everyone. That's a really great project to be directing.
Yeah.
And it's also very convenient that, just like Jada said, it's all happened after the settlement too. So
I like that theory. That has to be related.
Project, because they don't know what it is yet either.
But they agreed to it.
They just agreed to it.
That's what I say. It's either a female-led project. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
no, I heard you say it's a bad thing. You just said a female. Like you didn't like when you say the word male.
It's be bad. I mean, come on.
Well, no, because usually
so far.
Because usually when they get these women to produce or come direct stuff, they want them to come do female-led stuff. So it might be something female-led, Black Widow related.
Okay, that's only a problem if Brie Larson's involved. Come on.
Nah, I don't want to direct.
Say Brie. Oh God, it's so awful.
I totally want Brie Larson to come sing in an MCU movie though.
I would laugh if it's the next Riri movie.
Say Brie.
Sorry, I hit that.
Scarlett Johansson. The Secret Project is the Riri movie.
Okay,
might be. I wouldn't be shocked. It's definitely something female led. Trust me on that. It's definitely female led.
Yeah, it probably is. Question number 12. How many Sakaar battles has the Hulk won? Jaded, in the comic, how many did he win?
Oh, Christ. I didn't keep up with the Sakaar storyline, so I couldn't answer that.
So
I couldn't even get a guess.
All right, in Ragnarok,
Yeah,
he's already got his face on the the kind of Naruto stone head. He's climbed the ranks. I believe he whooped everyone's ass who we saw, watching the fight along with Thor. Plus, he probably killed some people who are not in that scene anymore, in that place.
Oh, you mean from the movies?
In the movies now, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I asked you for the comic book just to
Yeah, because if you said the comic book, I wouldn't be able to. Oh, geez.
So I'm going to go and say this man was in there from Thor Ragnarok, from Age of Ultron all the way to Ragnarok. And we know that Ragnarok happens right before Infinity War, which would have been 2018. Age of Ultron is 2015. 3 years basically of fighting in the ranks. That's a lot of dead bodies. That's a lot of battles that he could have won. And I'm going to go and give this guy a battle a week.
Well, wait. Let's look at it like this. We know the Grandmaster is known to cheat. When he cheated with Thor, it wasn't going to let Thor win. So let's say, what if someone did? There's probably has someone more powerful that has came, and some cheating been going on. Because Hulk is strong. Don't get me wrong.
He became a fan.
But like, imagine. Remember when he was fighting Fenrir? He was really struggling to fight Fenrir. Who there's probably have been creatures like Fenrir, beings like that have came into that gladiator pit. Because he fought Beta Ray Bill. Not saying he has Stormbreaker yet, but
Then again, what was Hulk? Was Hulk the John Cena of Sakaar? That's the thing, right?
John Cena.
Was he the John Cena where it's like, huh?
John Cena would have beaten the Hulk.
Oh yeah, sure he would have. Yeah.
If Vince McMahon is booking, he's beating the Hulk.
Oh yeah, well if Vince McMahon is booking and John Cena whines enough, he'll have one.
It's like, Hulk, you got to throw the fight. We'll make it look great.
Hulk can see.
I have to say, wow, that's
52 weeks a year. Let's just say like Beta Ray Bill won his battle. So that's 51.
Yeah, I think he won more battles than the ones that got that were cheated. There was definitely some cheats, but he has won more battles without cheating than the ones that had cheating involved. That's not the first time the Grandmaster cheated for Thor like that.
And it would also be how soon did he become how soon did Grandmaster suddenly make him be his favorite? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like did he fight 1 or 2 years and then he became the favorite? Did he fight like 10 fights and then all of a sudden Grandmaster goes, "Oh, I like this guy."
Damn, that literally could have been a Hulk movie, bro.
I know.
Gladiator, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, it could have been its own movie. Jesus.
Like, I would have actually watched that. I would have actually watched that Hulk's rise to a gladiator on this planet. They tweaked a couple of things with the red
from the crash, everything. You could have easily have started that movie from him crashing in the Quinjet or whatever it was he was flying, and you could have easily have started it from there.
It would have been just a fun, random story that doesn't have to connect to any overarching thing. It's just been a one-off, super simple, super duper simple. And it's just Hulk. It's not Bruce in the movie. It's Hulk in control of the body, just doing his thing, but whatever.
What's up, Jamie?
What's up?
Hey, AMX.
What up, AMX?
The 13th question, 33, Burning MCU Questions. Is Razor Fist a coward for switching teams?
Oh, heck, wait. Razor Fist.
From Shang-Chi.
From Shang-Chi.
Or Shang-Chi, if you want to pronounce it correctly.
He's not a coward, but he's smart. I would have switched sides.
I was going to say, no, he figured it out. He's not stupid.
Yeah, he wasn't dumb, but he was like, yeah, let's work together. This is bigger than this dude's freaking dead wife that we know about. That's dead.
Well, not only that, they even warned him, your weapons are useless. And then when he saw how useless his weapon was, he goes, yep, you're right. Okay, I'm switching.
It took something. Like it would be a coward if there were circumstances were different, but I feel like there was enough for him to, realize and analyze and go, okay. The right thing to do is to be switching teams for survivability. I'm not doing this out of cowardice. I'm doing this because, to help out my people. I don't want everyone to die. If we're still fighting each other, we're not going to win this. So hell no, Razor Fist was not a coward for switching teams. Who would ask such preposterous questions? Oh yeah, me.
You do.
Yeah, he would. He's not like a Taser Fist kind of dude. Like
Taser face.
Taser face.
I'm gonna speak for Jaded here and say that Razor Fist switched sides because the script needed him to. No,
no, not in that case.
No.
Not in that case. AMX.
No, you know what he was.
Legitimized it.
He was actually, in my opinion, he was a very underdeveloped character. He was very, very typical MCU henchman. And as we all know, the MCU they don't just keep their villains bad; they like to rehabilitate them, so they're all good by the end of the fucking movie.
They like to rehabilitate.
Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of hoping they're good based off how the daughter and Shang-Chi work. I hope the organization of Ten Rings is good now, because that's the only thing that can make sense. If they're evil, I'm like, what the heck?
What kind of anime quote is this? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
It's not an anime one.
That sounds like something ruining.
That's kind of like something like Winston Churchill probably said, or Patton said, or something.
No, it sounds like it's from a novel, maybe Zack Snyder movie or something.
Oh, please.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths. Soldier dies.
A hero died. No, a soldier. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A hero dies but once.
That's something Reiner would say from Attack on Titan.
Hey, 43 days left. It was on a Tupac album. Tupac.
But Tupac went to the future to steal that from someone who said that today from an anime.
Yeah, okay.
Sure did.
Time travel.
That's like my favorite one. 20 or 14. Higher, further, faster, or live, laugh, love.
It was an Ernest Hemingway quote. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A hero dies but once is an Ernest Hemingway quote.
Nope. He says it was from Me Against the World. Who was born first? Ernest Hemingway or Tupac?
Ernest Hemingway said it first.
What year was it?
Ernest Hemingway?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I know Tupac Shakur.
Ernest Hemingway is like one of the great American authors.
Is he older than Tupac?
Yeah, he died in 1961. Ernest Hemingway died in 1961. So
he's a lot older than Tupac.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's a little bit older than Tupac.
Tupac
Not to take anything away from Tupac. I mean, he's already overrated enough. We don't have to worry about it. Hey, I'm sorry. I'll take Biggie Smalls over.
Bro, Tony Stark is the new Tupac. He's basically the Tupac of the MCU. He's gone, but his presence is there. His presence is always felt. Literally. He's Tupac.
I mean, yeah. He ain't lying.
Yeah, because unlike Tupac, who produced an album after he died.
The 14th question is this. With those stupid quotes that they have, live, laugh, love, or, the painting, sometimes people tattoo it, or higher, further, faster. I'm sorry. Live, laugh, love is the worst thing that I've ever seen. It's not going to get better than higher, further, faster is better. I'm just saying that.
Isn't it faster, stronger? Isn't it?
That's not what she says. No.
Oh, higher. Who says this quote?
Captain Marvel.
Hey, but who said live, love, laugh? Live, laugh,
Everyone
love.
says this. It's all over the place. It's like the thing that girls put on their Instagrams all the time.
Oh,
really?
It's a real.
I thought it was. It is what it is, or something like that. I thought that was a more popular one.
Well, hey,
people say this.
Higher for the faster, baby. Higher for the faster.
I don't do Instagram.
Yeah, I like higher, further, faster. I just wish it was used in an actual good movie. Because it's a badass quote, but it's like Captain Marvel says it, so it sucks.
Yeah, I guess Captain Marvel. So how did she get it? She automatically brings anything down. I'm sorry.
I have 33 questions. Sometimes I put in a Captain Marvel question and I go, are we going to do that? No, they're not going to do that this time. They'll be civil with this Captain Marvel question. And every time you shit on Brie Larson, you shit on Captain Marvel, and you shit on women in general. Right? Hey,
don't care about Brie Larson at all.
That's you shitting on. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Question number 15, okay? And the answer is higher, further, faster is way better than live, laugh, live, okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They do it every single time. Every time.
You have to remind you.
15. What superpower would help you when dancing with the stars?
Mind control. So I can already tell the judges to let me win regardless. So I can stand up there and literally do nothing and freaking do the sprinkler dance, and they're gonna regardless say I won because I told them I'm going to win.
You don't watch the show, K-Dot. They got fan voting and judge voting, so you're gonna control the fans at home too.
Yeah.
Dude, so you're not Professor X. You're not Professor X. No.
I'll be Professor X. I'll be Professor X. I'll be a walking, talking cerebro.
Hey, I think
I'll be more powerful than Professor X. Wait a minute, I'll be more powerful.
Yeah, hang on.
That's the only way you'll be able to date Scarlet Johansson.
Well, hang on. I have the perfect response to that. That girl, the fake Taskmaster from Black Widow.
Yeah.
She would be because you can just watch like old dance moves or whatever, like Michael Jackson, and just like beat everybody instantly. You know?
Dude, I was gonna say something like Spider-Man to have the reflexes and spider senses. No, I think Taskmaster, that's the best power in the MCU because this is an MCU stream. I guess the question doesn't really say MCU. But...
well, if we're going off MCU, then
whatever superpower the character Stripperella has, that's what would help you win Dancing with Stars.
No. Either Taskmaster powers or basically the abilities of Spider-Man. Like, as long as you're agile and stuff, you're good. You can do whatever the heck you want. You got Spider-Man's agility. You don't even need to dance. You just need to do like freaking stupid flips and cartwheels and all that stuff, and people will call it dancing.
The superpower that Barbed Wire had.
Barbed Wire.
The girl who married Tommy Lee Jones.
Wait, is she in the MCU? Is she Marvel though?
Pamela Anderson?
Yeah, Pamela Anderson. She had a movie called Barbed Wire.
Oh.
And in the beginning of the movie, she does a strip dance, and you actually see nudity. So it's like, yeah, I think that would help win Dancing with Stars.
Kidding. Question number 16. Can Morgan Stark manufacture her own wheelies shoes? Popular with the kids. She's 5 years old. She's at the tool shed. She's got the garage, got everything. Can she make some wheels on bottom of her shoes?
No, but she can learn to. That's the thing. Tony hasn't lived long enough with her to like get her into that stuff. Like she was just a kid doing kid stuff. But if Tony got old enough, yeah, she would have definitely been like building stuff just like her dad, because she would have
grandpa.
I know what she called them. Wheelies 3000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hang on. I mean, assuming she's like a Mary Sue, just like Kate Bishop, then she can do anything, right?
God. Well, she would be the daughter of Tony, and that's the son of Howard, and these are all famous inventors. It would be in her lineage.
Yeah, but isn't she supposed to be isn't she supposed to be the new Iron Man? Like, isn't she supposed to eventually be Iron Man?
That's going to be Riri. She's too young.
Oh, so it's not going to be the daughter. It's actually going to be Riri.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought the daughter was going to eventually be. Oh, okay, so then no, I don't see how she could manufacture her own wheelie shoes. She doesn't have them.
I mean, I would like for it to be the daughter. It makes more sense, but she's too young. Like she's literally 5.
Yeah, it's called Quantum Mania. Have her go through the quantum realm in age 10, 15 years.
Hey, you know which scene I'm gonna play right now? Where is it?
Time travel. Time travel.
It's the answer to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that's the case, I don't want that. Let her just naturally grow up and stuff, because then we're just using time travel, the multiverse, to expedite everything so quickly. Everything gotta naturally flow.
Yep. Question number 17 of 33 Burning MCU questions. Which fall was more believable? Oh, Ironmonger's Obadiah Stane or Black Widow in her Black Widow film falling from the sky?
Ironmonger, because he was in the suit.
Ironmonger.
He was in the suit.
Yeah.
He was actually like there was a fear of if you was in that suit, you would be scared. Black Widow, she was like, "Oh, I got this."
You mean when Ironmonger iced up? When he says, "How did you solve the icing problem?" That fall, you mean?
That one.
Oh yeah, Ironmonger was way more believable.
You see, what Black Widow has going for her is that she planned it and she knew what she was doing. So I'm like, okay, I can see if you make the leap yourself, then you're probably going to be comfortable and execute. With him, yeah, how did you solve the icing problem? And he kind of just...
It wasn't expected, and there was a fear that he could die in that suit from that fall.
We had no idea if he would survive. We knew Black Widow was going to survive.
I think, you know what? If Tony hadn't opened his mouth and said, "How did you solve the icing problem?" then all that would have happened was Obadiah would have fell, not knowing what was wrong. But by telling him what the problem was, Tony gave him, I guess, the foresight to, oh yeah, it's icing, so I just gotta... And then whatever he did, we didn't see happen on screen. But because he knew, yeah, he helped him out.
Yeah, but Tony Stark does that. He did it with Obadiah Stane. He did it with Whiplash. He told Whiplash how to improve his his costume, for Christ's sake. He basically helped his enemies. He helped establish aim.
But Tony just be like, you should like put some rockets and missiles on there and stuff, because my armor.
Or like increase the timing or whatever, and literally tells him how to increase the timing on his weapon or whatever. Dude, Tony Stark literally creates his own villains.
Yeah. Bro, Mickey Rourke is without a doubt the worst fucking villain in the MCU. Oh my god, man.
My boy.
Oh, you mean Whiplash?
My boy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they kind of combined Whiplash. They combined. Oh shoot, the guy that does
Crimson Dynamo.
They combined like 2 or 3 villains in one. That was the problem.
18. What was the best end credits music, or not just like when it's black and it's white letters, like any kind of credit special thing? I remember
Endgame with that song that played for Cap and Peggy.
It's been a long, long night.
I love that end credit. Like it was very different from the MCU in general with the end credits. That was a good song to play. Some random classical music, but Black Panther 2. Damn, that was a good end credit.
Was it All the Stars?
Yeah, that one. Black Panther, it's a 3-way tie between Endgame, Black Panther, and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, those. Damn.
I didn't pay attention, so I don't know.
You know what? When Groot was dancing and Batista and Drax was looking at him to see if he was, moving, that was a hit. It was the Michael Jackson song. Yeah.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the music, so I didn't really care.
Damn. Freaking LB mentioned it. I'm gonna go with the Endgame one. I already stuck with it. I'm gonna stick with the Endgame one.
That would be a great top 10. That would be a great tier list.
Black Panther
play a little each of the end credits music, and then rate it from there. But I can't remember any of the music.
Infinity War 2. What was the Infinity War song? They didn't have any music.
No, it was just like violin music.
Yeah. That? I think the first one that K-Dot mentioned with It's Been a Long, Long Night, that one meant something because it was the same song that was playing when Nick Fury was shot and he was inside Cap's room. And, they kind of brought it back to that. So it had emotional weight to it.
It was legit dedicated to Cap and Peggy at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That song was literally for them.
I mean, it's also like for me, like after watching Endgame and hearing that song, it was almost like the closure of like the MCU as a whole. And like judging by the way things have been going so far, I'd say they should have stopped with Endgame. But whatever. Hey, we still have Black Panther 2, right? We still have Black Panther 2, greatest movie ever made. It's coming soon.
But wait a minute, didn't the Iron Man movies end with an AC/DC song?
Third one did. Yeah,
okay, then fine. I'll pick that one. Iron Man 3 then.
All right. Good to go.
If it's got ACDC, at least I'll listen to it.
Speaking of ACDC, they did not play enough ACDC for Iron Man in the MCU. Like every time Iron Man entered on screen, and back in black.
Yeah, but I think by that point they wanted a lot more money.
They got it in Spider-Man Far From Home. Adnan says, Assalamu alaikum, chill and all. What do you guys have to say to that? You guys
I don't
know
even
any
know what that
Arabic?
means.
Assalamu alaikum.
There it is.
Assalamu
What does
alaikum.
that
That's all I
mean?
can say.
It means peace be upon you.
Oh, okay.
There it is. 19. What's the safest NYC borough? Okay.
Oh, God.
There's some competition. You know, Cap had his thing where he goes, "Where are you from, kid?" And Spider-Man said, "Queens." He goes, "Brooklyn." Kind of goes off. Where did Kate Bishop live in? Was that in Queens or Manhattan?
She's probably near Hell's Kitchen.
I forget the name of the street that Doctor Strange lives on. Skeeter Street or something?
Bleecker Street?
Bleecker Street. That's got to be the safest borough.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Rage.
Yup. We watched it Endgame when they went back in time to 2012. There was just the ancient one over top, just saving everybody, keeping things right.
I think that's the safest borough.
That's the safest borough, whichever one Bleecker Street is at.
Because even Kate's apartment building got destroyed during the Avengers thing, right? So it's like, I think Doctor Strange's was the safest block.
Yeah, I'm not accepting any other answers. That's the one. Does anyone object?
No, I agree.
I don't. I don't object, but in my opinion, none of New York is safe with all the bullshit, all the nonsense that happens there. Freaking aliens, freaking blind people jumping on rooftops and stuff, giant black people in with beating up people. You got Punisher walking around with guns and stuff, murdering people. New York is a freaking
New York City. That's New York City in the 70s. They don't even need the supervillains.
Dude. MSK lives in a trash city, but my goodness, the Marvel's New York is hell.
I'll live in LA over New York.
Yeah.
Question number 20. What in life has a 1 out of 14,605 chance of happening?
What in life?
The MCU movie doing a story with consistent plot and an MCU movie with consistent plot. There, that's what's got a 14 million chance of happening.
Wait, I'll say this: a horseshoe crab, a horseshoe crab trying to cross the beach. It's gonna be the same every encounter because horseshoe crabs literally just like chill and do nothing. But in reality, like there's no such thing as one thing out of 14,605 possibilities happen. Like there's so many possibilities that there's only one thing way that goes. It's too many possibilities.
I got one. Snyder fans finally giving up.
Wait, I got one. The
Yes.
perfect answer to this is Jaded actually enjoying any sort of MCU or DCEU movie.
Hey.
Unfortunately, there's at least 7 of them that I enjoy. So
Keanu Reeves is T'Challa.
Hey, recasting T'Challa, period. That's not 14,605.
yeah, recasting is going to be a
Bro.
Yeah, that won't happen in this Earth. Probably in our Earth too. It happens, but not on this Earth.
You saw that interview from Nate Moore?
No.
They're throwing away money,
Nate's
bro.
bad.
They are throwing away money. They really...
I saw Trinity from the channel Second Street Marvel. He kind of covered that. I think actually, Kata, you're the one who tweeted it first, didn't you?
I tweet, yeah, that news made me so angry. I was like,
What was the news?
and then he called the MCU 616 I was like, oh, this dude is a VP of Marvel Studios, a VP, and he called the MCU 616. I was like, bro.
Like I know what he was
is the
trying to
number for
say,
the
but
MCU?
you can't call it the 616. It has its own number. Why?
What
like
is the number?
the number is 199,999. That's the actual number. But he used 616 because he was trying to say the main universe, basically. Just I don't know. I feel like you should be dictating the language, not kind of dumbing down your language for the audience. But in an interview, it was on the Ringerverse podcast. They asked him, "Will we ever see a recast?" And he said that we never even considered it. And he said, "I'll probably do a video on this." But he said we just thought that T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman are kind of one and the same, and we didn't entertain the idea of recasting. And to me, I feel like their attachment to this man is hurting the fans, because we just want to get the character that this guy here.
There has to be another reason why, dude. Come on, I mean, like
That was it. That's what
They
he
should-
said.
I know, dude, but like R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. But like same time, bro, like if this shit happened to Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans or even fucking Brie Larson, they would have recast that shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have stopped, dude, because they know they do that. They're throwing away money. With Black Panther, they're throwing away even more money.
Yeah.
So
That's why I think this is why I think it is. It's
Give it to
solely
Don
because
Cheadle.
they just do not want to piss off the black audience, because a lot of black people, like, we don't like seeing a lot of our figures that represent our community, get written away from history like that. I think they just doing it because they don't want to piss off the black community. But I would say recast still.
How he died? They're not. They didn't fire him.
Yeah.
No. But when it comes to black people, like, our history gets messed up enough, and we don't want it to get muddied. That's why.
I
I think
agree.
they don't want to piss off the black audience specifically then, because a lot of black people is against the recasting.
Really? Oh, okay.
Now it's different, but when the thought first came to be of recasting when Chadwick died, there was more black people against it than for it.
Oh, okay.
I was, me and Chillmonger and stuff, and a couple other black individuals. We was like a small minority that wanted it. Small minority.
Yeah, because
compared to
that's
the
what I was
other
used to.
majority
You guys,
that was against
you guys didn't have a problem.
I heard
Well-
Tyrone Magnus say it too, relatively soon. It's just it's not a popular thing to say when someone dies that you want
Right.
the new role, the same role to be played by a new person. You don't want to say that. So I guess that's why it felt like, oh, the audience are all saying don't replace. But those were emotional people. Those were folks who were
It was an emotional reaction as opposed
right. And I'm just like not saying anything. My first kind of video talking about recast T'Challa was at least a month after he had already died. So
Well, I mean, let me ask you guys this: like, do you think that? Because I'm assuming, look ahead into the future, that Black Panther 2 is going to be very divisive. It might even be really bad.
yeah,
And if that's the case, do you think that they'll like walk back and like just decide to recast him?
yes,
they're gonna recast. If Shuri does not appeal, which she's not right now, because everybody's mad at her about her vaccination
You
status.
want Shuri to be the new Black Panther?
Well, yeah, that's what the people want. I don't want it, but that's what they want.
it's
Okay.
not ideal, but like if they're not recasting, LB says no.
No.
But yeah, if they're not going to recast, I'm pretty sure then Shuri will be the next one.
Really? Okay. That's a bad idea.
Well, we got to see the film first, but yeah, like
Yeah.
with
I know
no
it's gonna
fail.
be Shuri though. I know it's gonna be Shuri as Black Panther though, because they're pushing back the
I'd
film.
like
Her.
have
Yeah.
Okoye. Okoye would make more sense than Shuri.
Well,
I'd
no,
rather
she
take Shuri.
no. Okoye is getting her own show though.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine then.
Okoye and Dora Milaje, bro.
Yeah, because I liked Okoye a lot, and I figured she would make a much better Black Panther than Shuri could. I mean, she's more built for it.
The man died from cancer and meant a lot to the community. Yeah, let's recast him ASAP. I think you're being sarcastic right
Oh,
now.
I see what you mean. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So,
I
like,
mean,
given time, it would have been a more suitable thing to say. Okay.
Yeah, because look, this is the thing, right? Like, I don't think there needs to be at least a 5-year gap between making Black Panther movies
Why?
for now, because this is the thing, right? It's to a lot of people it's disrespectful to recast him ASAP, but it's okay to film the movie a year after he's dead. This movie started filming a year after he died.
Yeah, you're right.
And people didn't have a problem with that.
No, I did.
Like, Feige couldn't even wait a year until this man was
I see what you mean.
to start filming a movie. Like, they literally filmed this movie after he died, but everybody's okay with that. But recasting him is not okay. It's like it doesn't make sense.
It's free money though, Lone Banter. It's free money. They're not giving that up.
Yeah, and I agree with LB. Make Wakanda movies. Like they got the Wakanda show coming. Replace Black Panther 2 with the Wakanda show and do the Namor thing in that. And you say T'Challa is, I don't know, off world with Doctor Strange doing something. He's doing something with Doctor Strange for the multiverse. I don't know.
But the thing about the Black Panther intellectual property is it made 1.3 billion. You call the movie Wakanda, that's possibly less money that they're gonna make. It's a business decision.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like, look at all the problems that fucking what's her name, Shuri, the actress. I forget her name. Shoot, yeah, I forget her name. But look at all the problems that she's causing, dude. Right? Like, I mean, maybe it's okay. It's her political beliefs or her belief or whatever to not get a shot. But at the same time, like, it's so problematic.
I don't think that anything she's doing is problematic. I feel like the world changed and they said your default body, the way that it is not good enough to hop on a plane. And she is the victim. She's a casualty of society right now. I don't feel like anything.
Yeah, but she's got like, you know, how many people's jobs depending on her decisions.
Are all of those people gonna compensate Shuri should she have an adverse reaction to the shot that she signs a waiver for that says that no one was held liable? No.
I'm not saying fire either, but you know, she is holding up other people's jobs. I'm not saying
that's a problem. She's holding up other people's.
No, the governments are holding up because she did not. She's no victim. LB.
Well, that's true. The government is.
That's who did it. Because if Marvel had it their way, sorry for interrupting you, K-Dot, but if Marvel had it their way, they would have had Letitia Wright on set and they just would have tested her every day. It's really circumstances that are beyond her.
I don't care either way.
Like I say, I would not want her fired for her own belief of not getting vaccinated. Just test her every day if you got to do that.
Yeah.
If it comes to worse, just recast her.
But what came out was she physically can't even go on set because she is injured. It could be a cover up, but she is injured.
Well, I don't even understand.
She physically cannot even go in there and film the movie. So, you know, either way, even if she gets vaccinated, she still has to heal from her injury.
Hey, what has a 14 million chance that Letitia Wright is really injured for that long?
Okay, hold on. What in life has a 1 in 14 million chance? Us resolving this problem. This problem being resolved, it's never going to happen.
I mean, also, just one more point. This is like the second injury that she sustained on this movie. I was wondering, like, does she have like a stunt double? I mean, that's what those people are for. You hire stunt doubles so that this sort of shit doesn't happen to, you know, the actual lead or supporting actress. Like, this is the second time, dude. This is the second time on this set.
I think this might be one of those cursed sets. Man. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be doing. Because was there there was another movie that has Poltergeist, wasn't it?
Where the guy thought he was gonna say voodoo. I thought he was gonna say voodoo message or something.
Nah, I'm not saying no voodoo stuff going on, but you know, if she got injured like twice on a movie set like this, like one of those cursed movie sets, maybe.
I didn't even know about that second injury. I thought it was only one.
I didn't.
Well, one was reported, and then a second one came in. But it was around time when people was, you know, trying to say that she was not doing it because she didn't want to get vaccinated and stuff.
So the second one might be a cover up type thing.
Maybe, I don't know.
I like the conspiracy idea. That's good. I'm going with that.
I wonder if she refused to put drugs in her body to heal and to help the surgery. Well, yeah, I'm sure she did those drugs, which have long-term data behind them, and the risks are known, not some unknown thing inside of you.
LB, don't call her out. Don't do that to Letitia. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
That is true.
Question 21. True or false?
What?
Old man Cap is on that moon. Jaded, true or false?
I don't even know. I don't understand the question.
In the Falcon and Winter Soldier, they asked Sam, which one was it? Well, it was Joaquin Torres, the little...
Yeah. He asked where Cap was at, and he said Cap was on the moon. And I was weird. I wasn't weirded out, but I was like,
I don't remember that.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Because he's what with he's supposed to be with Sword?
I guess so. I guess he's with Sword.
Why would he be with Sword? He wants to be with what's her face?
No,
oh my
Peggy.
God. Old man Cap.
But she's
Yeah.
dead though.
Yeah, she's dead now.
She died in
All right,
Civil
we'll
War.
skip Jaded. We'll skip Jaded. K dot.
Yeah,
Old
I
man
know.
Cap on the moon. True or false?
False. That doesn't make any sense.
And
'Cause
Jamie?
it seems like he'd be retired.
I think he actually is on the moon.
Yeah, he can do
That
this
would
all
be
day. He's not
cool.
retired. Mike,
And
are you
look,
in here?
If he is on there, then he's definitely with Fury and working with the sword.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then he would show up in Captain Marvel. So
Hey, it's called Captain Marvel.
right. So if he doesn't show up in the sequel, then he's not on that moon. He's not in space.
Yeah, actually, I changed my answer. I think he's still alive. I think he's on Earth somewhere. But you got to remember, all these characters, they kind of live within their own separate corners of the Marvel universe. So it wouldn't make no sense for him to be in the moon because that's Guardian / Captain Marvel territory. Cap is not a spaceman. He's an Earthman. So he's on the Earth somewhere. I guarantee if anywhere, he's going to turn up in Captain America 4. That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense.
Yeah,
I think he'd appear more in season 2 of
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
Falcon
see
and Winter Soldier. I could see him doing an appearance in that.
There's no season 2. It's just a new film. That
Oh,
they
there
got.
isn't a season 2. I thought there was supposed to be a season 2.
The follow-up is a movie.
Oh, the follow-up is a movie. Oh, then I can see him in that. Then.
But they changed the title to Captain America and Winter Soldier. I think the new show will be just Captain America and Winter Soldier. Because they changed the title at the end to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Or was that just for aesthetic since he became Captain America?
I think so.
Okay.
And then LB says that it's false. He's in Russia. Yeah.
He's in
the Red Guardian.
Oh, he's with the Red Guardian.
Question number 22.
He's having that fight. He's having a rematch.
Yeah. True or false? What are those? Was a funny line. True. Was funny. I laughed.
That's a 10-year-old joke. You just brought up a 10-year-old joke.
I laughed at it. And look, honestly, it'd be funny if Shuri does that to Namor since he's gonna have feathers on his feet. I hope he does have feathers on his feet, on his ankles. If he doesn't, Black Panther is horrible if Namor doesn't have feathers on his feet. He has to have the feathers on his feet.
That was a cringe joke. That was not funny.
Like, what are those?
So cringe.
That was such a great 2016 joke.
Dude, that joke was a typical, it plays in a crowded, packed theater full of audience. Everyone laughs at it. Ha ha ha. So funny. MCU joke. To me, not funny.
Yeah.
You are wrong. All of you are wrong.
See, that was funnier. That was funnier than what it does.
That was funnier.
He said, shoot, I'm late. That was the funny at the moment, but now I don't think it is. Well, yeah, at the moment, that was when the movie came out. So in that bubble, in that time period after Civil War, it was a funny joke.
No, that was the Picard face palm scene. Like literally, I could just picture the Captain Picard face palming right after she said that line.
Yeah. Number 23, true or false? Kevin Feige is insecure about his balding. This is true.
Well, how old is he? How old is Feige?
40,
he
50.
does always wear those hats. Yeah, he's insecure.
Really?
Like he always wears. If you notice, every time we see him, he's always wearing those freaking baseball caps.
And he's only 48.
Well, yeah, 48. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maybe? I'm asking true or false.
True.
I would say false. I mean,
I say false. I
don't know the guy. Like, I don't. No,
Wait, was he wearing a hat at the Eternals thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then he's insecure then.
Yeah.
Then true. If he's wearing it to like premieres, then yeah, he's insecure.
Well, I mean, also that's part of his image, dude. He's basically Kevin Feige is the face of Marvel. Like, since like day one, since like Iron Man, he's been wearing the same fucking hat every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, AMX. Every time he goes to the shower, he wears that cap. He doesn't take it off.
Yo, Tim or LB, if you guys want in on it, join the StreamYard link. Or Tony, I never talked to you. If you stream, come in.
Hey, when it's Kevin Feige's time, they're gonna put him on a boat. They're gonna put a bunch of hats all over his body, and then Chris Evans is gonna shoot an arrow into the boat, and Kevin Feige's halves are gonna be surrounding him. It'll be beautiful.
Bro, Tomaga, I hope you have this question on your list. When is
What?
Robert Downey Jr. going to come crawling back to the MCU?
I'll put that in for next week. But 24 is another true or false. Vision returned from death. Is this true? Is this false? I would say
True.
it's true because that body, that was worked on, that is Vision. They rebooted it. He returned from death.
Didn't Wanda reboot it though?
Yeah, she helped reset it. He then accessed all of his memories and he relived, I guess, his life, sort of how Loki kind of got to watch everything that he missed out on.
Yeah.
This is Vision. He has returned.
But
He's
he
back.
never really died.
No, he died.
How? He was a machine.
Thanos killed him. Well, he turned him off.
He only just took off.
Turned him off.
All he did was
turned
turn
him
off the gold gem. It didn't really kill him. I mean, it's
Wait, no, you're right, dude. Because K-Dot is right. All Thanos did was basically like go to like the modem, press the power button off, and then
I mean, I can't remember, but was the soul gem what gave him life? I
The
don't.
Mind Stone.
I'm sorry. Was the Mind Stone what gave him life, or what gave him consciousness?
The Mind Stone gave him consciousness. No.
Yeah, so
It was
Thor's
removing
lightning.
the Mind Stone wouldn't
lightning.
have killed him.
Thor's lightning birthed him.
Yeah.
It was the lightning that woke him up. But the Mind Stone, he needed it to run specifically to do what Tony and Hulk created him to do.
Right, but the
Thor
Mind Stone
woke him
didn't
up.
give him life. So
No,
removing the Mind Stone wouldn't have killed him. It would have just been like ripping out the hard drive of a computer.
Yeah, in Infinity War, Shuri knew how to get out the Infinity Stone without killing him. So they could be separated, but Thanos forced it out, messed up his wiring, and it turned him off.
Right, but I wouldn't say he died. I would just say he was severely injured. He was like in a coma, I guess, as an equivalent.
Yeah, you might have that one right because he isn't alive to begin with.
Yeah.
So can you really die? So if the question was just Vision returned, then like I guess I would say true. But because I did ask for death, I'm gonna change my answer.
wait, so that means that Ultron can come back too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You'll never see him coming. 25.
We'll never
What is the most
come out.
cringe line of dialogue?
What are those?
Asshole. That's not the most cringe line of dialogue. Come on now.
Bro,
Cringe
in the
line.
first event, dude,
Go
in the
ahead,
first
make sure.
Avengers movie. Sorry, when the first Avengers movie, when Cap says to Natasha, "That's not a god, man," or something like that. I forget the line. He was like, "Oh yeah, no. What was the line? You guys remember the line? When when they said, "Oh, that's a god," or they're demigods, and he said, "That's not a god, man.
There's only one God, ma'am, and he's
And he
pretty sure he doesn't
doesn't
dress
dress
like
like
that.
That was, I mean, that is a very Cap thing to say, but at the same time, it was cringe.
No, that was a great line. That's Tawheed. There's only one God. That's a great message to be sending. This is Captain America, bruh. This is a human being with some sort of structural values. And I'm gonna ride for that line. I don't think that was very cringe. What makes it cringe for you?
It was introducing religion that was unnecessary.
Hey,
I don't
Peter
know.
Parker.
No,
No,
I mean,
the line was not cringe. Sorry, Jamie, but the line was okay. It was the bizarre. Look, it's only girls who are on screen. What do you know?
Oh
All of
yeah,
these
that
people-
one. Yeah, never mind. I changed my answer. Anything involving that scene,
What?
the A-Force scene, where literally, dude, all the women on that battlefield get together. Dude, what were the men doing? Were they just chilling back? They were like, dude, man, they got this. Don't worry about it.
Nah, they was looking like, yeah, that's my wife. She looks badass, bro. I can't think of any specific cringe. I can remember a one
Too
cringe
many
though.
Goosebumps,
It was in Infinity War, and Doctor Strange and Iron Man made like an ice cream joke. As Wong was trying to explain what the Infinity Stones was, they made a joke about Baskin Robbins, some ice cream and stuff, and I was like, "Come on, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cringe ass joke. It was Ben and Jerry's, right?
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's. They was talking about, let's go get some Ben and Jerry's ice cream or whatever. I was like, yo.
You know what I was thinking about? Remember in the X-Men movie? I know it doesn't count because it's not MCU. You should start calling it the X-Women now. That was so cringe.
Oh, I'm gonna say that line again. Oh, that trash line. It's
No,
like
if-
no. She
if-
was like Xavier. With the amount of women on his team,
No.
we should be called the X-Women, not the X-Men.
No.
And
If you're gonna do X-Men, if you're gonna do X-Men movies, the cringiest line is "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch."
That was not cringe. That was like an homage
That
to
was
the internet
so
fans.
cringe.
I'm the Juggernaut. I kind of like that one. That was funny.
If they had the Juggernaut from Deadpool say that, yes, it was a great line. But that second-rate Juggernaut that they had, I'm sorry, that was a joke Juggernaut, so I couldn't handle that line.
Okay, Jared, you just helped me with my answer. My MCU cringe was every single DC reference that happened in a Marvel film. That just doesn't jive with me. I didn't like hearing about Alfred and Batman. I didn't like hearing about how you're basically Superman when you shot laser beams out your eyes. Cringe.
Really, even when Aunt May said it to Peter Parker?
No,
I mean,
that was okay.
I think that's the only time I liked it. It was like, you're not Superman, you know.
You're not Superman, you know.
I like that.
That wasn't that cringe, was it?
I cringe. I mean,
Oh,
I
you
was too
cringe?
young to cringe, but now I cringe when I see even in Venom, there was a scene where they asked, okay, so what's your kryptonite? Is it loud sounds and fire? And kryptonite is a Superman terminology, so I
Right.
cringed then too.
Really?
Bro, and thanks to fucking Chloe Zhao's ass. Sorry. Now we're never gonna get an MCU like DCEU crossover.
That was never happening.
No, Sam. Well,
I mean,
it could have.
We
It could have.
can get it through the multiverse, but in the main MCU continuity, the DC characters are comic books in their world.
If we're gonna go all superhero movies, the cringiest line was Martha.
Why did you say that name? Oh my god.
Why did you say that name? That would have been the cringiest line.
This Ben Affleck. Why did you say that name?
Oh no! Wait a minute! Wait, I got a better one. I got a cringier one. What have you done?
Hey, Peter Parker.
Jay,
got
Yeah, you got something for me. I was thinking that one.
Hey,
Hi there, Peter Parker. You got something for me? Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I kind of like the way she said that. You know, it's kind of like I was kind of turned on by it. I ain't gonna lie.
I was kind of.
Hey, Peter Parker. She said all cute and stuff. I was like,
No, it was
I don't think-
condescending. It was condescending.
No, it was not. It was a friendly. It was.
Yeah, it was like,
I am
hey,
nice.
Peter Parker.
Hi there, Peter Parker. You got something for me? And it's like, yeah, bitch, we're in the middle of a war. Stop being friendly. Can you grab this? And whatever.
Dude, and that scene might be the only time that anybody in this planet actually likes Captain Marvel, in anything, in movies and TV. You know that scene that you're talking about, Endgame, where she comes in she saves the day or whatever. That scene was badass when she comes in and she fucks up Thanos' ship. That part was cool.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. I'll give her that. If I had to give Brie Larson anything, her coming through and splashing through that ship was cool. But I wish Captain Thor had that moment. Captain Thor should have got that moment. Imagine.
I don't know. I like the scene where Thor grabs the hammer and it goes right by her head and she doesn't even flinch. I thought that was the coolest scene.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like this one. And she just, hey, Tim. I thought that was the coolest scene.
This is Tim Possible joining the live stream. He looks just like Kylo Ren. Hello. Was there something that we were talking about that you want to add on, or was there something interesting?
I mean, cringiest moment.
You should smile more.
Oh, okay. Most cringe of dialogue.
You should smile more.
Yeah.
Or give us a smile. Is that what the biker says?
Yeah.
Smile more, honey, or something like that.
Yeah, smile more. That was cringy because that was so forced.
You know, it was amazing watching the trailer and everyone doing a trailer reaction and talking about how this character doesn't even smile. 2 months later, we're in the theater and the villain, or not a villain, but a person who was bad says that to, basically showing you fans who were overly critical of women and their resting bitch face and all that shit get to see yourselves in a movie and see you're portrayed in a horrible light. Good for you guys.
That's Brie Larson, resting bitch face. That's what
hey, if that biker was a representation of me, inaccurate because I'm black. That biker was white. Inaccurate representation of me then.
Oh, dude, no, I got another good one from that movie. You know where they call it a cockpit, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cringe.
Oh my god, dude!
But it was supposed to be cringe. And don't tell me for 1 second that a male has never said that to a female in a cockpit.
It was the way.
I don't even
For
remember.
me,
I don't
it was a
remember.
funny line. The way the dude said it. You know what he called it? The cockpit. Sound like very,
or when
sounded
Star
very
Lord
deep.
goes, I'm not trying to sound like Thor. What are you talking about? When Star Lord was trying to deepen his voice because
yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm not changing my voice.
Yeah, that was funny. That was for the sake of comedy.
Yeah.
I guess sort of cringy, yeah. The WandaVision boner reveal was big cringe. Mm-hmm.
Whole
I think
show
the
is cringe.
Tony Stank line was kind of cringe. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but Stan Lee said it. Every time Stan Lee says something, it's badass stuff.
No, not always. No, not always.
Yeah. Like, oh my god.
What? I met the guy. He's just a regular guy, you know.
I think the most uncringe thing that they didn't have to have dialogue is when somehow all the women showed up in one spot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
in Endgame. It's like, oh, we're all besties now.
Hey, you wanna know what was funny about that scene? You wanna know
If
what
in
was
the
funny
middle
about
of the fight they did a selfie, that would have been great. I would have.
Oh yeah, a selfie stick out there.
that? You
Selfie
guys,
stick.
I just
you guys wanna know what's really funny about that scene? Shuri and Mantis was there like they was gonna do something.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta go back and watch that now.
They was there. I was like, "What are you doing here? You can't do nothing."
You got Wanda. You got Pepper Potts in the Iron Man suit. I think we're good. And you got Captain Marvel. I think you're covered.
Dude, freaking Captain Marvel didn't need any help at all whatsoever,
I
especially,
know.
especially from the other girls,
She's
dude.
got help and proceeded to not need any help whatsoever.
It's like, we got you, girl. That's what you guys think. Whoosh.
Yeah.
LB adds to the conversation. He says that don't sleep on Mantis.
Oh no, I love me some Mantis. Beautiful.
No, don't sleep on Mantis.
Oh. Ha ha. LOL.
Yeah.
I did not see the video of him with Rob Liefeld. The 26th.
I was thinking another one. It's like, who are you? I got a better question. What are you? When Drax says that.
Oh, he said, why is Gamora?
Why? Yeah, I got a better question. Why is Gamora? And I was like,
And it's like, what is Gamora? Who is Gamora? Doesn't he say that too?
Yeah. The 26th question of 33 Burning MCU Questions here, chilling with the Jaded Fanboy, SSJK.Sanctum, Tim Possible, and AMXF is, if T'Challa were real, would he listen to that Black Panther soundtrack? And of course he would not. I mean, there's moments where they go, hey, Baba used to watch this old American movie and they used to talk about, pop culture and stuff. But that Black Panther soundtrack is not something that he would be bumping. Nope.
Shuri would listen. I love the soundtrack. It's on my playlist. Shuri would listen to it for sure.
I have to disagree.
She would push. No, T'Challa would listen to it. He'd listen to it. He would definitely listen to it.
He would listen. He would listen to the album that Falcon recommended to Captain America.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, the one from the Trouble Man. I could see him listening to that.
Yes,
but I don't see him listening to the Black Panther soundtrack.
But I think probably already listen to Marvin Gaye though, because they know about some pop culture stuff.
Yeah. I see Killmonger more so listen to. I felt like that soundtrack was more like towards Killmonger because he was like the guy between two worlds or whatever, or just out of place in another world. Maybe T'Challa would listen to it, but it wouldn't be on his top hits, right? That's my kind of opinion. Because like the score was kind of off to me. If you had think about it, like the origin of Black Panther, like from Africa, their music's obviously the genre of music can be different. And as far as like even if you think about like reggae music or whatever, from based on where they're from, so the soundtrack didn't really make sense to me at first. So it was more like Americanized, right? Mm-hmm. So I felt like the soundtrack was more so whenever it would really play was when you'd see like Killmonger, right? I mean, I did like the soundtrack,
and that was that divide because Killmonger is African American, T'Challa's African. It's that divide of the culture and stuff, because every time he did come on screen, he had more of the hip hop as beats over the African tunes. T'Challa had straight up African tunes and jingles and stuff when he came onto the scene.
I can see Spotify putting it on his recommended list, though.
Yeah.
Well, this thing, he'll listen to it, but you'll never hear T'Challa's opinion on it outside of Wakanda because he won't be on Twitter. I know T'Challa doesn't. He's not going to review it on Twitter. He's not going to get on YouTube and review it.
Could you imagine T'Challa on Twitter?
Oh my gosh. They'd be like, what kind of crap is this?
Dude, I think Killmonger would try to like militarize like everyone on the Black Panther soundtrack. I guarantee, like he would try to do that. But honestly, sorry. When it comes to this question, I think T'Challa would listen to it because the man was on Black Jeopardy on SNL, and that shit is technically MCU canon. So, if you saw him on that show, you would know. Yeah, he probably would listen to it.
That's a good point. That's valid. And I thought that was really funny. He's like, would you come to the cookout? But she does not season her food. He had a funny ass joke like that.
Wait a minute, was he actually playing T'Challa?
Yep.
Oh my God, I got to see that now.
Yeah. Question 27. What age did Peggy lose her marbles? I'm going to say that this happened after Ant-Man, okay? Because she was normal in that flashback scene of Ant-Man. Let's say right around year 2001, okay? Because Steve Rogers returns in around 2011. So for 10 years, she was kind of out there. And no, hold on a minute now. Sharon Carter said at the funeral, like, she gave me this motivation. You have to compromise where you can. For that to be possible, Sharon Carter would have had to have been at the age where that answer would have been possible. Basically, when Sharon Carter was a teenager, she was told by Peggy Carter, compromise where you got to because you're a woman in the spy field. So it's not 2001. Maybe like 2005 when Sharon is going off to college. That was when she got that advice. And then, yeah.
Peggy definitely by the time 2011 hit, when Cap came back, she already had it. But I would say maybe 2007. Around the MCU starts, 2000. It started 2008, but probably could have started 2008, 2 years prior to Cap's return.
Okay, so she got to see Tony Stark say, "I am Iron Man."
Yeah, she definitely seen that.
She saw that. Okay, she
Yeah,
was friends with Howard, proud of her kid. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, proud of Howard Stark's kid. She got to see it. Cap took her Pearl after time travel.
Pearl.
I see what I know what he means.
Oh, he popped her cherry?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
You guys want in on this? It's a pretty lame question now that I think of it.
Yeah, I think
I don't know when you hit senility.
I don't know. Probably, I think when all the stuff started to happen, maybe like when Cap returned, probably. That probably drove her like, oh my God, probably blew her mind. Was that 2008? Or when
Cap came back in 2011.
2011. Yeah, I think when Cap came back, that probably like she was like, whoa. So
it's interesting seeing stereotypes around the globe. Russians reacting to Miles what the F? We're criticizing playing hip hop for a black hero. In Russia, they call hip hop style black guys CJ from San Andreas.
I think he's saying
in referencing to the soundtrack.
Yeah, I think he's saying people in Russia associate black people as this CJ from San Andreas more so than what Miles is, who's a little bit more accurate in a sense to a normal black person.
So basically saying the importance of representation is to show diverse lights. But
I think he's trying to say people in Russia are so fixated on the image of what CJ was from San Andreas is for black people. Like we're all like CJ.
If you guys hear of any mass murderings in the state of Connecticut, just ignore it because it wasn't me. I didn't go crazy, snap and burn FedEx to the ground or murder anybody in my general vicinity. Okay. And if possible, if they eventually do catch, I would appreciate someone starting a GoFundMe for my bail because I'm going to need it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mike could have joined a long time ago, but I guess that the encounter he just had with a FedEx employee didn't go smoothly.
Oh, but it wasn't just FedEx because see, for some reason, I don't know if there's like this sixth sense that people possess. I could be sitting here doing nothing, like watching Showmonger on TV, and I could do that for like 3 hours straight. But the minute I decide to either take a piss, make something to eat, or do something for myself, that's when the short bus pulls up and everybody comes in and decides that's the minute they want questions to every single question in the universe. They want to know every single thing and they want to come in and ask me about it and then end up buying a $1 comic.
And then, yes, I was about to add that.
Okay.
I was about to add that.
That's exactly what happens every damn day. So I literally was sitting here doing nothing and I said, oh, Showmonger's on again. So I'm like, let me get on at question 5. What question are you on now?
I'm like at 25 now.
Yeah, see? So, yeah. Yes. There will be blood. But anyways, how are you?
We're doing good, Mike. I'm glad that you could join us.
Glad to hear it. And yes, join me from somewhere that's other than a place where you only get one phone call.
He's trying to copy me. What was that an answer to? The cringe line of dialogue? Oh, we're not at 25. We're all the way at question number 28. Are the Frost Giants satisfied with Asgard's destruction? Those are the people they were warring with this whole time from the first movie, where even when Odin showed up and said, these are the actions of a boy, they were still wanting to fight, and they had to escape from the Frost Giants. Now,
Oh, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just going to hype it up more. Go ahead.
I would say, well, it depends. I would say probably no, because I feel like Asgard is the center of the 9 realms, and it's probably more important than, like, I think when it destroyed, it's probably going to have ramifications for the specific realms that it's associated with. And where the Niflheim, where the realm they're from, they're kind of like associated. Because Asgard is associated with those 9 realms, including Niflheim. I feel like they may not be satisfied because Asgard, yes, they was one with Asgard, but Asgard, if it was destroyed, may hurt Niflheim.
Niflheim.
Yeah.
In Thor: The Dark World, they wanted the elves. Isn't there like that magic little box that does that? When you open it up, it's like that winter thing.
Uh-huh.
Don't the Frost Giants want? Didn't the Frost Giants want that?
Yeah.
Now, would that have been? Was that in Asgard when it got destroyed, or did the Frost Giants still have it?
Asgard, because Hela walked past the throne room, and I believe she walked past it.
Okay, so in that case, I don't think the Frost Giants would be satisfied because they'd probably want that box.
Good point.
The box of winters or something like that, because I know that they wanted it.
Oh yeah, probably a bunch of stuff that was there that they wanted back.
Yeah, and in his throne room, like there's a whole like the destroyer armor, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I think, yeah, Asgard's gone, but God, I wish we could pillage it and go through the rubble and get stuff.
Now, with the destruction of Asgard, Ragnarok coming from like a fiery beast, what's his name, Surtur? Are they qualified to extinguish that flame?
Yeah,
something's
but
happening. Look, Taika
totally.
Waititi's new film, it's gonna have those Frost Giants show up there, see Hela, and like, oh, we gotta, use you. Kate Winslet's gonna be in this new film, and we're gonna see something cooking for Thor number 4.
Yeah, but isn't Thor number 4 Love and Blood or something?
Blood and Thunder.
Blood and Thunder. That's it. Yeah. Is she scheduled for that movie?
Okay, Thor 5.
Okay. If there's gonna be a Thor 5.
And you know what? The Frost Giants was low-key like super badass as hell. I do want to see him again. Like in Thor 1, I loved them. I that first interaction with them, it was kind of spooky, a little scary, and kind of very spooky and ominous. I like that. I do want to see them come back. But what if they don't even know that it is destroyed? Because we don't really see them. I mean, to me, it seems like they don't really travel off-world that often.
Because wasn't it the elves that infiltrated? No,
Yeah, because they needed a Bifrost to get to Asgard anyway.
Or was it the Frost Giants?
Both
Because
did.
Loki,
Remember, they needed a Bifrost just to get to Asgard, so they probably don't travel that often. If they need a Bifrost to get to Asgard, because Asgard's a planet, they could have, if they had space travel, they could have just went there on their own without the Bifrost.
no, because Loki, they didn't use the Bifrost. They didn't use the Bifrost. Loki had a secret had a secret passage that Heimdall didn't know about.
He summoned them through the Bifrost. Remember, Loki froze Heimdall, and he summoned them.
Oh yeah, then okay, that's right. Yeah. I was thinking about how because Heimdall goes, "How did you sneak out?" And then Loki goes, "There are secrets that even you don't know." So I was thinking he used that to smuggle them in.
So they probably don't even know it's destroyed. So
I don't know. I think an interesting question. I was just thinking about it because they're on Jotunheim or whatever, and it's like how they've been able to sustain their planet without like this vast technology as like Asgard. You know, you have all these powerhouses like Odin stuff, and they've kept the peace. Why didn't Odin them just trample over them? So like obviously you would think they would have to be super powerful.
Yeah, that's the respect to the king. He kind of showed that because he's like a king.
Tim's right. It's actually Jotunheim.
Oh God,
that's right.
But I would hope they would bring it back. I would watch an origin story just based on how they developed. I mean, there's a lot of untapped. Oh my gosh,
there's untapped potential. But
I will say that the Frost Giants are not satisfied with Asgard's destruction because they were mortal enemies for how long, and that's all they've known. So now that they don't have that to hate anymore, they don't know what to do to themselves. So they're
go after the elves.
They're not going to be satisfied.
That's a very good point, Dark Green Lantern.
Dark Green Lantern.
Do they have like spaceships though? Like, do they ever leave their planet? They just
not based on the comics.
Because if they had spaceships in the MCU, they would have traveled to Asgard without the Bifrost. Like they would have probably been doing a lot of sieges if that was the case. They perfected space travel, but they haven't.
All we saw from their planet Jotunheim, all we saw was mountains and like ice and it was snowy. That's all. And they're just the projects of the 9 realms. Like they don't have things. I think they have space travel. I think they have got technology. They eat food, sustenance.
It was Switzerland.
I think they got
go by the comics. They weren't that smart enough to actually have that type of technology.
No.
I think they're more magical based. They probably have some like
just
primitive tech. They don't have space travel. Because they did have space travel, there would have been a lot more attacks on Asgard.
Yeah,
if that was the case, because then they can attack at night, get on a ship, do a siege, a raid, and Thor pushes them back, and they go back.
What's interesting though is like look what happened to Loki, the evolution of Loki. When you have a frost giant hanging out with Asgardians or per se human-like people, Loki changed. Right, adapted and evolved. Maybe they could have some sort of evolution as far as being more mobile and more tech savvy, to expand. I don't know. I know nothing about them, but yeah.
See, that's why Frost Giants need to come back. They're tight.
Yeah.
Question number 29 of 33. Burning MCU questions. I'm chilling here with Mike. I'm chilling here with SSJK.Sanctum, with the Jaded Fanboy, and with Tim Possible. And I'm asking you, how hurt was M'Baku when the crowd was chanting T'Challa, T'Challa? I don't even think the Mountain Tribe was cheering for M'Baku. And then he's been in the middle of fighting. I think that was the turning point. In wrestling, when you cheer for John Cena or Hulk Hogan, he hulks up and all of a sudden he's whooping ass. I think that cost him.
He was most definitely embarrassed because I think he wanted T'Challa didn't want to kill him. And I think in that type of situation, since you might have to kill the person you're fighting, he probably he would rather have died with honor than have T'Challa spare him like that. Yep. I think because it was a humiliation. That was humiliating for him seeing T'Challa.
Is it Mike? Is it M'Baku the guy that's supposed to be the white ape in the comics?
The white gorilla or the gorilla man?
White ape or white gorilla.
What was his name? Yeah, the great ape, gorilla man.
Because if that is, then him being cheered, then everybody chanting T'Challa would have you wouldn't have been hurt. It would have just driven him more to want to win. It would have been more of a, oh, I'll show you now. And it was more, I don't think he was hurt. I think it was more inspired by it.
And Jada just created a villain origin story in the MCU.
Yeah. I could see him being more inspired to.
I mentioned on another stream on how Bobby Brown murdered Whitney Houston, and Anzo said to go watch a documentary that it was that they made on Whitney Houston. It came out 2018, and in there, I watched it yesterday. In there, they talk about how once Bodyguard came out, Bobby felt emasculated, and as a black man, because there's I guess there's levels to it depending on the black community, stuff like that. That it emasculated him, and he knew that at that point there was going to be, because not for nothing, Whitney's voice kills his. He was good in New Edition and stuff like that, and his first solo album. But other than that, sorry, not first, second solo album, wasn't the first one. But they said as a black male, he knew there was pride that he had, and he felt he had to act out, because that's the only way he could get as much attention as her, because everybody was focused on her and what she did in Bodyguard and the soundtrack and all that other stuff, So if M'Baku heard all of them chanting T'Challa, even his followers, that would definitely do something to him. But I do agree that it would also act as fuel for him to step his game up, and it would anger him, in a way. So it's right there in your name. Yes, obviously.
He'd be hurt, but that hurt would be converted into anger.
Yeah. I think only if his own people was chanting T'Challa or was in super disgust, because as soon as he went back,
really, are you kidding me?
After all I did for you, yeah.
Because when he went back, his people was they was doing what he said and stuff, and he literally rallied them to go support T'Challa and stuff. So I think it's different for him, because his people have his back regardless, even if he loses to the current Wakandan king or queen. They still got his back. They don't care if he gets beat.
He still has his.
Because he's still a good king to his people. They still got his back.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, even not just let's take away, because it's just MSK says recency, because I saw the movie yesterday, but not just black men, males in general. There's this thing we can't show emotion, we can't show weakness or whatever. We always have to be the alpha males, the breadwinners, all this other stuff. So even if it wasn't him, it would still affect somebody, unless they were completely totally clueless or just didn't give a fuck. Then it would bother them, and then they would either accept it and shirk from it, or they would actually step up and try to rise above it and stuff like that.
Yeah. I can speak to that.
Go ahead.
I don't know. There was a new kid came, and he was everyone likes the new kid, and we're doing a 1/4-mile run, and everyone was voting for him to win or whatever, and they were cheering for him, and then I end up beating him, and it pissed me off or whatever, because I'd known these people for a lot longer, and this new kid comes around, and he's popular, and I'm all right, you know what, F you. I didn't wasn't flipping people off, but I was I'm gonna win.
This was a long time ago when you were younger, right?
Yeah. I was in third. Yeah, I was in third grade, and this kid came around. All the girls were cheering him on. I was like, you know what? Hold my juice box. And my cheeses. Yeah, obviously not a beer. So it's a pride thing for any guy.
Hold my juice box. I'm gonna tear this kid apart. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's the best possible answer.
Yeah.
The 30th question of 33 Burning MCU Questions keeps with the tradition. If you guys notice, the 30th question always has a video.
This isn't the end. There are other things that can give your life meaning.
Like what? Like you?
And this is the part where you apologize.
This is the part where you leave.
I'm asking, Did he apologize for that eventually? Because the next time we kind of see her and him together, he's like, "Oh, I just been shot by a sorcerer. Help me out!" And she has this oath that she's got to help him out. I don't think that they actually do apologize. He actually does apologize to her.
What was the reason? I agree with Lonely Banter. I have the same question. What was the reason that?
What was the circumstance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for what?
For not being open.
No, for what he just said, for the shot he just took at her, which was unsolicited. Like maybe she should be more grateful.
Huh? But it was in the midst of battle. Like why not? All's fair in love and war.
No, but has he? I'm saying like that was the last time they met, so the apology never happened then. Mm-hmm. Like these were the last two meetings between the two characters. But for what he said to her when they were alone, right upstairs at his home, looking out the window, and what he said to her, I don't think he's apologized for that.
I don't think he will then, because his ego is only second rivals only Tony Stark's, and this is what people don't seem to understand. With why would he with the spell and all that? Even though Wong said not to do it, why would he cast the spell? It's because he's freaking Stephen Strange, dude. Like he is Iron Man as far as like the egotism of the character.
Yeah, he can cast the spell, but he wouldn't mess it up like that though.
But Mike, do you think Stephen Strange was more egotistical before he became Doctor Strange or after he became Doctor Strange? Because I think he got humbled a bit from the ancient.
Yes, but that's still, but dude, like I was saying, like if your baseline is that for so long, being Sorcerer Supreme is only going to fuel that because you're going to think you're the shit, and then when they're like, oh yeah, he's the one true Sorcerer Supreme, that's going to feed into it,
That's why
he's a bad person, but
because I think the ancient one kind of kicked a little bit of that ego out of him. That's all.
That's why when him and Tony met, it was kind of a battle of the egos and stuff. It was kind of flexing on each other, like I can do this, I can do that. I'm the magic.
Look, I'm gonna play the scene one more time just because I want you to understand what he's apologizing.
This isn't the end. There are other things that can give your life meaning.
Like what? Like you?
This is the part where you apologize.
This is the part where you leave.
So that
based
line
on the
was.
what if episode, he regrets it, but he didn't ever apologize.
Well, at the end of the movie, I think he didn't apologize, but like he made up with her and stuff. Like
that's not an apology. I need that.
I know
apology.
It's not an apology. They kind of did make up and stuff. Like you're all good now. Like,
and if the apology was like, "Oh, I didn't mean it," but you said it, those words, that sentiment formed in your brain, and you verbalized it. So clearly, you meant it or you thought it. So don't try to, "Oh, I didn't mean it." It was the heat of the battle or whatever. It was the heat of the moment. Like no.
And she can use that against him for the rest of his life. So she's not going to anyway.
I think it's one of those things in movies, though. They'll have like people argue or whatever in a fight, but like later on somehow they're like good again. Like it's one of those things you kind of assume per se. I'm not saying he apologized, but maybe it was more of an understanding because like in that scene, right? She's kind of questioning him being like Doctor Strange. Maybe like later on he wasn't
Doctor Strange yet.
Yeah, she kind of accepts what. Yeah, kind of accepts what's going on with him or whatever.
Is she going to be in the sequel?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think that's announced.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure.
Yeah, if she doesn't show, it's going to be weird because they kind of set up a new romance between them. They had a romantic kind of moment near the end of the movie before he put the.
I'm more fascinated how Killmonger came up with this question. Now it's just like I didn't even remember that scene, and it's like. Like, what did you do? Go through the movie and go, hey, I remember that. That's that down.
So I didn't have enough Doctor Strange questions, so I had to find something from his movie. Yeah.
Of all the questions, that's the weirdest one.
Let's see. LB says here that, yes, she is in the sequel. Thank you, LB. Okay. And then Jared makes me laugh. Strange ain't worried about no woman. He got the whole multiverse to worry about now.
The whole multiverse of women.
The 31st question of 33 Burning MCU questions
is Ayo.
Move or
you know
you
what?
will be moved.
I'm just there for the fight, man. As long as like it's naked, we get some like hot oil in there somewhere, I'm good. I don't care. We're the winners. We're the winners.
Take her down so fast she wouldn't know what
it's like
this my thing. I know the Dora Milaje women can fight. I know black women can probably beat up some of them. But Ayo, I don't, because we haven't seen her do shit really. If this was Okoye versus Black Widow, Okoye is waxing Black Widow. Ayo, she hasn't done nothing.
Wait, didn't she? She fought in Falcon Winter
Talking about Ayo took on Killmonger as Black Panther.
What are you talking?
What are you talking about?
I was right in there.
Yeah, but he ended up beating all of them anyways. He beat it all of them.
Yeah, because but that's not. But Black Panther in the suit or Killmonger in the Black Panther suit is not Black Widow. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but we seen Black Widow fight Chitauri, Ultron's robots, aliens. I mean, she's just as able as them. Hey, I'm not saying
main
she can't
character
fight, but
energy.
like she hasn't really done nothing. So I give it to Black Widow. If this is Okoye versus Black Widow, Okoye is slaughtering Black Widow.
Oh! I thought you meant when you said Ayo, I thought you meant Okoye.
No. That's the other chick
from Civil War when Black Widow was there.
Oh, when Black Panther says, "Oh no, her, I don't know her." I thought you were referring to Okoye. My mistake. Then I have no idea.
I'm going with Black Widow for this, not Ayo.
You want to answer this question?
Okoye is the best Dora Milaje woman. Like
Okoye would kick her ass without a question. But I don't know enough about Ayo to.
My answer is us. I stick with it.
Your answer is
crazy stupid fine.
Crazy fine.
Why am I lagging?
Hold on. If the fight's on OnlyFans, I don't care who wins.
We win.
We win. If the fight's on if the fight is only available on an OnlyFans stream, then everybody wins.
I don't know. We're getting some Ayo votes here, but I thought Black Widow had main character energy. I think she wins.
Yeah, I don't know why people are giving a vote for Ayo.
I know.
And look, yeah, she fought John Walker, but Black Widow would wreck John Walker. So she hasn't done much. She hasn't shown any feats where I'm like, yeah, she can do it. Like, I'm not saying she can't. She can fight, but Black Widow, her roster of the people she fought is bigger to Ayo. I'm be honest. Like, she fought aliens, all this other stuff.
Yeah, but
I'm saying Black Widow for sure,
like, really, let's be
Black
honest.
Widow had more plot armor.
The Dora Milaje haven't really fought anything outside of whatever Wakanda deals with for the past couple of years. I haven't fought aliens, robots, and all that other stuff.
It's Bucky because she unstrapped Bucky's arm, right? That's an alien robot type guy. Robot.
But I mean, I think any of the Dora Milaje could have done that because they did it with a command.
Yeah,
I think
Bucky was holding back a little bit. He wasn't like trying to he was kind of like conflicted, right? And plus, like, they know how to disable his arm or whatever. Like, how many other villains are they gonna have like an arm they know how to disable like that?
But the thing is, they made the arm like any of the
That's why they knew how to disable
it all.
He let her win. And I don't mean that in like a disparaging way, just to be close to her and, have her touch him and stuff like that. He said, yeah, you can mess me up, man.
You know what's about to happen.
Dude, Bucky would have, if he wanted to, he would have grabbed Ayo, gently grabbed her, and kind of just slammed her down gently because he was holding back.
Was she the one from the TV show that warned him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't have a chance against Black Widow.
She can fight, but Black Widow, man, she's done a lot more.
On a one-on-one, I'd say Black Widow.
Yeah. Somehow Black Widow can dodge Incredible Hulk in the first Avengers movie when he goes crazy. Somehow
we saw her versus Winter Soldier also.
Yeah, and lose, but whatever.
Yeah, she did lose.
I think if it's in a Winter Soldier battle, then Ayo's got it. But if they're fighting each other,
Black Widow was running for her life. She wasn't fighting him. She was really surviving.
All she did was she jumped on him, did the slander. She was doing. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I was like, "What is that going to do?"
Oh, she's only got the two moves.
Scissor kick, or the scissor thing when she.
Yeah, the scissor things and the elbow to the Oh, she's gone.
Because that's the thing. In Avengers 1, she was taking down the Chitauri foot soldiers with ease. You know, she was taking some of their tech, but she was hitting with her
Yeah, that's
spears
the only reason she took them out. She didn't take them out on hand to hand. She took them out because she had the
weapons. Yeah.
Okay. So if you give Ao, if you let Ao use her vibranium spears, she can take out just as many Chitauri as Black Widow could.
Yeah, like I said, they can both hang in a fight together. Like they can both fight, but I'm going to give it to Black Widow.
She's got more plot armor than Ao. So
yeah, we have to factor that in. We have to factor in these comic book human characters and their freaking plot armor.
Question 32 of 33 burning questions. What reward should the Endgame fighters get?
Money.
What do you mean the Endgame?
Cash and hose?
Freedom from the Sokovia Accord. They should get some like freaking, some backing. Like the Sokovia Accord shouldn't apply no more. They're the ones who brought back everyone's loved ones. So you should like freaking praise these people. Not praise them. Like
cocaine and liquor.
Well, you should at least get a free Chinese meal, as Hawkeye did in his show.
Free shawarma.
Because look at when Falcon came back. He had no money, and this dude he didn't help.
No, he did.
Everybody to a snap, but they fought in the war against Thanos.
Yeah.
And if Thanos won, he would have killed everybody.
That is consistent with how America. See, I don't know. There are two Canadians. Tim, are you Canadian?
No, I'm
okay. So you're familiar. So you're familiar with the way America treats its veterans too. That's exactly how it should have been. Okay.
If you're gonna go to that, then
that was a direct adaptation of every veteran's experience, and Black veterans definitely too. So no, that was accurate. Okay, they wouldn't have treated them anyway. Yeah, I agree with Lonely Banter. There you go. Lifetime subscription to Disney Plus.
At least a free trip to Disneyland, man. Year round.
But they still have to pay. They still have to pay for those $30 extra movies. Okay, you still got to pay the $30, but you get the lifetime subscription to Disney Plus. Yes.
Right, just so they can wash themselves and they can be swimming. I'm not, and this is the thing, right? Because if you notice at the end game, nobody like really shows them love. The only person who he's seen get shown love was Hawkeye. We went to the restaurant. Here, free food.
Yeah, that's true. Because the New York people felt a direct connection with what he did.
Well, but to be fair, we didn't necessarily see too much of the aftermath. In the movie itself, I mean, we
only seen Falcon or Soldier, WandaVision.
Yeah.
I mean, that one chick wanted to take.
But even Falcon, like Mike, remember, nobody recognized who the hell Falcon was. Still, they're like, Falcon, who's Black Falcon? Like nobody recognized his name, bro.
Yeah, the mask, man. Come on, the mask. When you put the mask and the wings together, who is that? I've never seen that dude before.
It's like glasses for certain individuals.
Yeah, Superman.
Glasses and a certain haircut. Just change the haircut and wear glasses, and nobody recognizes you.
He's the Clark Kent of the MCU.
Basically.
Oh my gosh.
We are at question 33 of 33 burning MCU
so wait,
questions.
Before you go to 33, do you have any extras? Do you have any extras like in the bank just in case? Or is it just straight 33?
I have 33, but like in my notepad, if I opened that up, I could have like 10 more if you wanted.
Yeah, I can see he missed a few.
If you wouldn't mind, because this is like very relaxing to me, and I really need to come down, like literally, like blood pressure level was like really high.
Okay,
and I'm relaxed talking about this stuff.
Because I was going to do a hot take. I wanted to do a hot take just to get Michael over the edge, just to see the blood vessels first.
I mean, I'm even trying to deal with this cold ass bagel because I put this bagel in the toaster before I made the phone call, which was stupid on my part. But yeah, I've never had a hot meal. I can't even remember the last time when I was working. But yeah. But anyway, if you could, that would be nice.
What's the request? If I could what?
Have more questions.
Yeah.
It's my new mask.
Okay.
Helmet.
Hey, nice.
I just want to shut off.
Bought or made?
No, I bought it.
Oh, okay.
It's the Black Series one. I finally got it.
Black Series, really?
Yeah, it's. I think it's made by Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Yeah. Yep. But it has the voice changer thing that you hit on the side or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
How many of those do you have?
I just have one. My other one's only like a half mask thing or whatever. I took the visor out so I could actually see, but I would like to get this. Yeah, I literally couldn't see anything, so I would wear a hood over it. But yeah, and then I've gotten a couple new lightsabers or whatever, but I can show those off some other time or whatever. But yeah, it's a growing addiction. I got those 2 back there. They connect into like a Darth Maul type stack or whatever. Yeah.
The Darksaber one is cool.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Oh God, I'm not taking out my lightsabers to compare against him.
No, we're not lightsaber comparing.
I'm not getting out.
This ain't that kind of stream.
Yeah,
that's after dark, man.
I think I got like 7 lightsabers, and I'm not taking them out.
Holy crap! That's a lot.
The 32nd question was this. The 33rd question, bro.
Oh God,
bro.
Hey, bro. What's up?
What?
You know, if it wasn't for Mike saying, he goes, they have to say bro. So I had no idea what it was talking about. So I ended up reading the comic series, and I'm going, holy shit, he wasn't kidding. It's like they just won't, and it's like, whatever.
Wait, I gotta look at that. Who says bro? Oh, I thought that was a real question.
In Hawkeye. But the 33rd question for realsies is which Avenger would make the second best archer? Okay, and you can't say Kate Bishop because she's not an Avenger yet.
You mean MCU?
Yeah, in the MCU of all the shows that we've seen and all the characters we've been introduced to, which hero Avenger would make the second best archer?
Captain America.
When you say show, are you counting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I wasn't, but I'll let you.
Bobby. It's got to be Bobby. Mockingbird. That was my first because, I mean, in the comics, I think there's been a couple times where she's gotten his ass out of, like, you know, situations and stuff by using his bow and arrow. So I'd say Bobby.
I would say Black
Widow. God. Shang-Chi.
Katie.
Yeah.
Katie not an Avenger. I would say Katie.
You learned the power of what, friendship or something to be able to.
I would have said Katie, but she's not an Avenger. But if I go Avenger,
not yet, anyways. Remember, Wong did take her too. It's like, you know, in that Doc Brown moment, like, oh, you got to come. Your kids are going to be fucked up. Oh, Katie, you come too.
If they make her a Avenger, man, oh my gosh. But if I had to be in all seriousness, an Avenger, Captain America, not Falcon, Steve, Captain America.
See, but
no one was thinking of Falcon.
Look what he does with his shield. That requires a little bit of foresight, some geometry,
precision,
and he always hits the target. Steve never really throws that shield. He has the best.
Peter Parker does say that you do know that shield defies the laws of physics. You do know that, right?
It's vibranium.
So
to be fair, Spider-Man does also defy the laws of physics too.
Not as much as that shield.
Hey, if the bow and arrow is vibranium just like his shield, Captain America's got this. How do we feel about
one thing? If it's vibranium, Captain America has to predict what the shield is going to do before he even throws it. That's the thing. Like, he has to predict where it's going to go. That's why he throws it the way he does. Like remember in Endgame when he was fighting Thanos? Cap knew ahead of time if he threw his shield at Mjolnir, it was going to create a feedback that was going to push Thanos down to the ground, and then it would come back to him. He knew all that would happen.
But I can see Black Widow having been trained in all types of weapons.
That's true.
And I could see her easily having been trained in a bow and arrow. Whereas Cap,
she can too. I agree. She can also, but like Captain, if you want a person with the best aim, second best aim, Captain America.
See, that scene for me was too short. I understand why they didn't want him like getting the upper hand or whatever, but like between Thanos and Cap when he had the hammer, like that could have gone on a lot longer for me. Well, I was happy with what I got, but I mean, you know,
with Cap though, Cap would take the bow, but he wouldn't aim it at somebody. He would aim it up against the wall so it could bounce off of 3 things and then eventually hit the person. Whereas Black Widow would actually aim at the person that she's supposed to hit.
Because I think what Cap would do, he would put like 3 arrows on one bow, make sure they're ricochet arrows.
And they have to ricochet up a few things before they actually hit somebody.
Yeah.
I think maybe Valkyrie or Thor, because they kind of use those old school weapons. You would think they would have some type of like
but they're not Avengers.
Thor doesn't have the best aim either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because we seen in Endgame, he literally friendly fired Iron Man when Thanos grabbed him.
Iron Man is someone who I
And
was
besides, Thor's used to a hammer that aims itself. So
like a homing. Bucky has a couple of votes down here for the Winter Soldier. No?
Yeah, I could see that.
As long as it was in Winter Soldier, the movie, because it seemed like he lost a little something after that movie.
Yeah, he doesn't fight as good no more.
It's like when he first showed up, he was badass, and like you could see that he was a match for Cap or whatever, and then afterwards, not nearly as much.
You know what it reminds me of is that meme in video games where like you fight like a boss and they're all strong, and then as soon as you unlock them, they're like half as strong. You ever seen that? Yeah. That's Bucky.
I thought of Iron Man in the Civil War scene where he's like, Friday, just I'll eyeball it, and he aims over at Bucky. Doesn't he hit the target there?
But see, anybody could have any of us could have made the shot Tony made. That was a pretty big buckle that the door was snapped in for you to hit. It wasn't a little tiny thing that he had.
It wasn't a bell tower. It wasn't a bell tower rope. So I mean, come on.
Right, it was nothing like that. Like it was a big old buckle holding the door. Any of us could have hit that.
What was that thing in the second arrow that she shot? What was the thing that was attached to it?
It was a little. I've seen those before.
A tennis ball.
No, it was.
The tennis ball was on the. That was the first one though, wasn't it?
That was the first one. The second one was those
it was
things.
Simply a hook.
It had something metal on there or something.
Yeah, because when she fired the arrow, that thing wrapped around the rope, and that's what caused the rope to go back and forth to actually hit.
Yeah,
that's why it was such an impossible shot.
I think it's the stuff they nail in walls to hold up something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, that was such an impossible shot, but whatever. It was the same physics of Batman. It's the same physics of Batman shooting his batarang, going up to a pole, and then the batarang just spinning around and wrapping itself to the pole.
Trinity mentions the Elena. We introduced her to the mix. Yeah. I don't think I saw her shoot anything though.
Yeah, she didn't really shoot that much. She was doing a lot of hand-to-hand stuff.
Mm. Even Taskmaster. They gotta be trained in everything. I mean,
Taskmaster.
But is she an Avenger? Is Taskmaster an Avenger? I would say no.
No,
she's not.
No, she's not going to be an Avenger. No.
Almost had one. I almost had the right answer. I think. Look, it's Black Widow. It's who's the other contender? Captain America, and that
Bucky.
Maybe Bucky.
All right, Chillmonger. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You guys need to use a bow and arrow to take out this villain right here. When you need the person with the best aim, is that the Black Widow or a Cap? Who are you picking?
I will never doubt Captain America. No, hold on. Remember? Oh, wait. Avengers Endgame. Remember? No. There was a trailer where Black Widow was shooting at the thing, and she was hitting every single target. Remember that, right? So she's got accuracy, but that scene didn't make the movie, so do I give her credit for that?
I don't count that scene.
No, I give it to Black Widow. I give it to Black Widow. Unless it's a shield, I doubt Captain America could hit anything.
She was pretending that was
Thanos. Yeah, Nat deserves it. R.I.P. Nat. She deserves it. Give it to her. It's her.
She has so little. She has so little. You got to give her something. Come on.
Mm-hmm. She literally sacrificed her life to.
She did not sacrifice her life.
She sacrificed herself.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
She got if she didn't die, they would never got the Soul Stone. She did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good thing. God, it's a good thing that it was Hawkeye and Natasha that went, because otherwise it wouldn't have made any sense if anybody else went.
Yep. Yeah. That is the 33rd question, but we're going into some overtime.
Oh,
maybe Nat wanted it that way. Maybe she felt a sense of closure, with her life, and everybody. This was their chance to get everybody back. That was her one overriding goal. We have to do this. If there's a chance that we can get everybody back, we have to do it. And so she did it, and she was prepared to sacrifice her life.
They both were, though. Right?
Well, we have to remember they didn't realize how to process. They didn't know about the sacrifice.
Maybe they did.
They didn't realize until they got there.
No,
That's
once
what
they
maybe
did, though, once they did, they both were willing to sacrifice themselves.
Maybe it was in another deleted scene that we didn't see, where she was talking to Nebula and said, "Hey, what's up with this planet here?" And like, "Oh yeah, you got to kill the thing you love," or something like that, to get the Soul Stone. She's
Yeah,
like,
but
"Oh,
nobody
okay."
knew that except.
And that's why they sent Clint and Nat, because they were the two Avengers that had the closest relationship out of everybody, other than, well, Bucky wasn't alive. So yeah, that was it. That was the only option.
No, because then Mike, then that means that scene with Natasha trying to put two and two together on how they got the stone wouldn't make sense. Because she didn't put two and two together until they got there. About
until
how
she was old, they didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, because they didn't know.
Well, but see, but
Nebula didn't even really know the process.
There are
either.
deleted scenes
Gamora
from
died.
that particular scene. I think
Oh,
the
yeah?
most deleted scenes come from that segment. Yeah.
How many delete? I didn't even. Okay.
I
guess
gotta watch these
there-
scenes.
there
I have
was
not seen
deleted-
them.
I didn't even know there was that many deleted scenes.
Thanos was originally supposed to be there they're walking towards them as they was doing the sacrifice scene. So it's supposed to make it a little bit more harder of a choice to either sacrifice Black Widow. They got Thanos walking towards them. It would have made this decision much tougher.
Nebula knew because on Titan she put two and two together. Like, oh, Thanos went to the planet with Gamora, and when he came back, she wasn't there. I mean, it's not a rocket.
Yeah, but even Gamora didn't know that he loved her. So why would Nebula think that?
No. They didn't know the specifics of how to do it, but they just knew Gamora. They just knew Gamora died.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how she died, in what way, why she had to die for it to happen.
Yeah, but thinking that it was because Thanos loved her wouldn't have been on the list.
But no, Nebula knew that Thanos thought more of Gamora than her. I mean, Thanos wasn't taking.
I see what you mean.
Wasn't taking pieces of Gamora. Okay,
Right.
I mean, Nebula was the one. He was like.
Well, that's because Nebula kept losing, though.
Well, yeah. Well, because she couldn't live up to Gamora's standards. Yeah.
Right.
So of course she's gonna feel that he loves you more than me.
Oh, what is that? The Smothers Brothers. Mom, Thanos liked you best.
Bonus question 34. Does Ant-Man prefer shrinking or growing? This is a man, 87 feet, dude. He likes to grow.
No, he doesn't like growing.
Get some orange slices afterwards.
It depends on the situation and which female he's with.
If you go by Ant-Man and the Wasp, he doesn't like growing because he can't breathe.
It makes him pass out, right?
It makes him pass out.
Yeah, but that moment where he's all giant, that ego, bro, he loves that.
Mm-hmm. And wasn't he comparing it? Wasn't he comparing the size with the who was it? He's like, oh,
Bill Foster.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But in Civil War, he was doing pretty good as a giant. Like, he wasn't short-winded or nothing.
He was just like flailing around.
Because Ant-Man and Wasp, remember,
because the last time I did it, I almost died. So he's kind of apprehensive of growing. It's whereas with shrinking, he doesn't have to worry about dying for shrinking. Whereas when he grows, it's like the last time I did this, I almost died. But what the hell? Here we go.
Hey, why are people alcoholics? It's a horrible thing that they do to themselves, but they love it.
Yeah, I think he prefers shrinking though, because as Ant-Man and Wasp says, he can't last that long. But in Civil War, he was doing really good and lasted way longer as a giant than he did in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because he was not a giant for that long. Ant-Man was. It was a short time. He transformed near the ocean, and drove over to the boat, came back, and passed out.
Yeah,
that's probably.
I think they forgot that part in Civil War. I think they forgot that part.
LB, if you read The Boys, you would rethink your statement there. I'll just leave it at that.
Nothing good comes from shrinkage, growing. The Boys,
as Cap would say, I got that reference.
It's just a metaphor, dude.
Question
The Boys,
35.
Did you guys all watch The Boys TV show, the superhero one?
I seen season 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's referring to the comic.
Is the Washington Monument the tallest building Spider-Man has climbed?
Well, he hasn't gone to Dubai, has he?
No. He went to Big Ben, which isn't that big.
I mean, is there anything in New York that's bigger than the Washington Monument?
Toronto.
Yes, but has he?
Empire State Building?
Because he was Spider-Man for 6 months before Homecoming. I mean, he had to have explored New York City, all the stuff in those 6 months.
Isn't the world the where the Twin Towers used to be? Isn't that building? Isn't that like tall? Didn't they make it tall plus or something like that?
Well, how big is that Ferris wheel?
That Ferris wheel wasn't nothing big.
No, it's nothing big. Okay.
No. But like Kata, you're a teenager, you know, you've been Spider-Man for a few months. You're gonna want to climb the tallest building in your city, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When he climbed the Washington Monument, it's weird because like you swing in New York City, and you have and within the 6 months, he had to have explored all of New York City because he's a kid. He's gonna go like, hey, let me try and go here and just So that's why with the Macho, I'm like, you're scared of heights, but you climbed the world. I'm not saying he did climb the World Trade Centers or the tallest building in New York, but like that's 6 months. That's enough time to explore all of New York as Spider-Man, swinging and seeing it all.
But Jared says there's a line where he says he's never been up that high.
That's why it's 500. It's kind of weird. If you gave me Spider-Man powers and I'm in New York for 6 months, like if you gave me a power of flight for 6 months, I'm flying to the highest points all over New York. I'm gonna go to the tallest building, even if I'm Spider-Man. You're going to explore, especially if you're a kid. If you're an adult, it's different. But if you're a young kid, you're going to explore. You're going to feel invincible, think you're at the top of the world. You know.
Isn't Stark's Tower the tallest, though? Is that the tallest? I know it's fantasy.
No, I think the Twin Towers are still taller.
Yeah, well, the Chrysler building is bigger. I'm sure he must have hit the Chrysler building. The Chrysler building is bigger than the Washington Monument. He can't climb Mount Michelle. I can't see him not having swung from the Chrysler building.
36. How many films has Nick Fury been a Skrull?
0.
I hope it's just the Far From Home movie. That was it. And no other times where he was eating the toast cut diagonally. That means he was a Skrull in Age of Ultron. I hope not.
Well, because this thing, he knew about the Skrulls this whole time too. We don't know when the secret invasion begins. We don't know when they started inhabiting Earth. So we don't know that yet. Or maybe they could have always been there, and Nick Fury was just like, letting them chill. Could have been a Skrull every once in a while, but I hope he was not a Skrull in phases 1 to 3 and all the appearances we saw him. That's the thing. I'm gonna get him being a Skrull now.
The World Trade Center is 1,776 feet tall, and it is the 7th tallest building in the world.
Yeah, so I could see him swinging from those.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't capture a helicopter flying in between them.
Just Spider-Man. I don't think Endgame was that was where he disappeared. I think after that he's like, you know what, I need to take some R&R. And that's what he did.
Okay. Yeah.
I think honestly one time after Endgame. Because they said in the Far From Home he was a Skrull. He was actually in space. He's been in space this whole time, so Far From Home. Only one appearance so far he's been a Skrull.
37. Why did Peter name the voice of his suit Karen? Did he know something?
Now, wasn't that the name preloaded?
Yeah, wasn't that preset?
No, I thought he gave it the name.
Actually, Miss
Karen, he goes, what do I call you?
Taking Karen out of these movies was so bad. Like, I wish she was in Far. I like Karen. The AI, she was tight. She's all sweet and stuff and talking to Peter and everything. I hate that John Watts took her out of Far From Home, and
he gave her the name. Okay, I could have sworn he could have said. I could have sworn he asked, "What do I call you?"
Oh,
Karen's like, I'm not a huge fan of the Iron Man tech and stuff or Spider-Man. That Karen, she was tight. I liked her as a character in the movie.
Peter awoke in the damage control deep storage vault. He attempted to escape, but was unable to use so he used the time to familiarize himself with the new functions available to him in his suit. Feeling bad for calling the AI suit lady, Peter decided to call her Karen instead.
Oh, okay.
Never Drought Trinity, Second Street Marvel. He gave her the name. And if you want to see me in Second Street Marvel, chat Hawkeye. That's where I did my review. I did not do it on my channel. I did it on his channel. So tune in for episode 3 on Wednesday, sometime around 11 Eastern. I'm be chilling with Second Street Marvel. Cause the voice is annoying. He asked her if she would mind if she.
Oh, okay, that was the question. It was, do you mind if I call you that? Okay.
Hey, I actually I heard that it's the voice of Jeremy Renner, not Jeremy Renner. What's his name? The guy who does
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Oh, she's very nice.
Well, she was in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, she's still fine though. I mean,
Yeah,
she still looks
yeah.
good.
Well, she's gonna be in Top Gun.
Oh yeah. But yeah, she was super hot in that one movie, Odd Jobs or something. You know, when she's on that.
Career Opportunities.
Yeah, when she's on that thing. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
And also she was in The Rocketeer, and she was in this one movie where she was actually topless. It was I can't remember the name of it. It came out in the 90s though, like the early 90s. That was the only reason I watched it for and paused it. And
do you think? Do you think the reason why they gave her the voice Karen to give Karen's a good name, like kind of as like a troll in a way?
I think this predated the Karen phenomenon in 2017.
Yeah, Karen has to be somebody Peter probably knows in real life, because he picked that name for a specific reason. People just don't pick names without just meaning. It's like when you get a dog, you know, you're not going to give him no random ass name. You give him a name that means something probably to you. You know, that's is usually how people would name something, like it means something. People just don't give stuff names and they don't mean nothing.
Like Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog.
Yeah, like that
I know why he called her Karen, because that's Aunt May's middle name.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I thought you knew something.
Because Aunt May is so hot, he's got like, you know.
All right, guys. No one will have the answers to this, but we can get creative. Did Asgard have sewers?
Oh heck yeah, yeah, everything I got.
Yeah,
but how's that work though? The way gravity works is so bizarre over there. Things are upside down, but there's also, you know.
Isn't there a scene of Loki's? Isn't there a scene of the elves or whatever sneaking through the sewers?
You guys are moving on too fast because I have an answer for the Karen thing.
Oh, okay.
But apparently, Tony, it says here, I cannot recall any meaningful person in Peter Parker's life named Karen that he would use. Considering that Tony named his AIs Jarvis and Friday, we know each of them have a direct relationship that would be Tony's inspiration. Jarvis was an associate of his father's, Howard Stark's, and Peggy Carter in the Peggy Carter Center TV series, and famously his Stark family butler who became the Avengers Mansion butler. Friday is a Robert A. Heinlein character, which is probably the inspiration for Tony's naming after Jarvis merged with the Mind Stone, blah, blah, blah. So I did a literary search for Karens that Peter Parker might have read or seen in a movie. Frankly, there are just too many hits to know for sure. But after a few attempts, I bet I hit pay dirt. Karen Plankton from the SpongeBob SquarePants animated show. It's almost certain Peter would have grown up with this show, and it's kind of on the nose.
I need to invite this guy on the show.
Yeah. Didn't Tony Stark call one of his AIs Victoria, though?
Well, no, Veronica.
Oh, Veronica.
Veronica, yeah. And
that's great.
Betty, Veronica.
Yeah. Yeah, Plankton had a little Karen was like the
if it's associated with SpongeBob, then that would make sense.
That really
I mean, but it makes sense though, because Karen was an AI. She was Plankton's lover. They called her Karen stuff. They kind of have a similar voice. Karen in the MCU, you know.
Hey, what did Ebony Maw get called? Squidward, right? They're not afraid to mention some SpongeBob in there.
Maybe it could be far fetched, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I love that line. What does he say to him?
That's a hell of an. If that's true, that's a hell of an Easter egg.
Get lost, Squidward.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
You see, and hey, it's not gonna be Pizza Dog. It's gonna be the Krusty Krab pizza. Is the pizza?
Pizza Dog.
2 hours later. I love that
I love that part. Remember when he just starts singing, like another voice actor just pops in, Krusty Krab. Remember that? No.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I'm not the only one here.
Yeah,
That makes
Veronica
so
was
much
the Hulkbuster suit. Thank you. That was it. I knew that was. I remember Veronica or something.
Question number 38. Did Asgard have sewers? We just answered this, didn't we?
I don't think
Probably.
so.
Okay, this is what I think. You know, what Odin did. Odin probably, you know, didn't really care where it went. He created a magic spell that every time people drop their waist, it goes
Harry Potter.
to the waist.
Harry Potter. Yes.
Potter.
J.K. Rowling said the same thing. They have spells. They just, like, I guess, drop their pants and do it, and then it magically disappears.
The Rainbow Bridge has apparently more than one use. How's that?
Works for me. 39. Is Drax stupid? Serious question, man.
Yes.
After Guardians 1, yes. In Guardians, after Guardians 1, yes. Like in Guardians 1,
How
it
was
was
he not dumb in
different
the
because
first?
like he was never in Guardians 1, he wasn't really dumb, like because the way he responded to things, but he didn't know like how to
process.
No, he didn't understand like the
He
grammar. He understand the grammar and the language, the English language that much. Like he kind of spoke very primitive. But after Guardians 2, then they were stretching it. Like him going like,
"Oh really?"
Hey, my nipples, or like why Gamora and stuff. I was like, okay, now you're just being dumb. In Guardians
he
1,
wasn't as
dumb.
stupid, is what you're saying. He wasn't as stupid.
But after Guardians 2, he just became a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, he's very simple-minded for sure.
And the fact that they changed him from the comic book really pissed me off, so I don't care.
So he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I wanted the comic book Drax the Destroyer, but
wait, who's smarter,
one thing
Drax?
I wanted was for him was us to see Drax the Destroyer. We never seen the Destroyer. Like he hasn't done anything epic.
Yeah, I know.
With his strength, like that's the only thing I wish they didn't change was his strength.
Well, not only that, but he had a raging hard-on for Thanos, and then when they encountered him, they minimized it for Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Spider-Man and everybody else.
On his planet, no. In general, he's an idiot.
Yeah, on this planet, he's smart, but no, even on his planet, like
they can't all be that stupid. They can't all be that bad.
Yeah, I just think
I don't see them surviving civilization if they're all that stupid.
I think originally Drax, if it was supposed to go, was not supposed to be looked as dumb, but when they noticed that he was so funny in a hit with the people, they was like, let's just make this dude into the idiot that's shirtless that says dumb stuff. That's what happened.
Hey, he had a shirt at the funeral scene for Tony, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, wait a minute, he did. No, he did.
He
did. He wore a shirt. He wore that black tank top.
Sleeveless though.
Oh, God.
I guess a noir way to think about it. Obviously, Marvel probably not the way they're coming in at it is after the death of his family. It kind of drove him into that state of being where he's living in this life as a joke, like the Joker, right? My life's just a comedy. Well, Drax.
I think there's dumb humans. There's dumb whatever planet he's from. He's just a thug. He's just not a smart person.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Drax is smarter than Groot, or Groot's smarter than
So you
Drax?
think he's more of a warrior than somebody with an
he's
intellect?
a warrior. It's like Conan. Conan isn't exactly the smartest, person, but that doesn't discount the fact that there were other humans during Conan that were brilliant.
Yeah, honestly, I think
Drax is just a dumb warrior thug guy. That's all.
I even think Groot, the older adult Groot, I think even he was smarter. Yeah, we couldn't understand him, but in Rocket played him off as an idiot. But I think older Groot is probably smarter than Drax.
Adult Groot obviously smarter than Drax. However, the teenage version that we see in Infinity War, right? He's playing video games. You got to be pretty good to make it pretty far in those games, right? You got to know a little something. So
you don't have to be smart to play video games. You just have to have good handwriting.
Let's real.
Not those early ones that he was playing, the Defender and all that stuff. Those basic handheld games. Come on, man. You need imagination. You need skill.
I thought
Drax
the
did not play
joke
video
was Drax came from a culture that doesn't use metaphors. That's
Yeah, because he takes everything literally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They take it so literal. But
But
doesn't
then
mean he's
why is-
dumb. But like when he's taking it everything literal too damn much after Guardians 2, that's when it's like,
why use Gamora? I mean,
okay,
funny.
this character, I get it. You ran your joke, but it's time to stop it.
I take famously large turds.
That's why even Dave Bautista said it himself. He even thinks he didn't say Drax is a bumbling fool, but he's like that's what he said. What Drax is when he put out that tweet. He's playing a bumbling fool.
Or it's like he goes, "Oh, that was so. You just confessed. That was so embarrassing. Do me next." It was like, what? That's
Yeah. Right. Yeah, when Mantis was revealing the inner thoughts.
Do me next.
Groot. Even Baby Groot was able to figure out the bomb to explode ego.
No, it took him like what, 5 tries?
I'll give Drax over Baby Groot, but yeah, teenage Groot for sure is smarter than Drax. 20, or what rather, 40. This is weird. I'm using numbers that I don't usually use. Would you take the new super soldier serum, the one that was perfected from Dr. Erskine?
Does it
Less
have
risk
that John Walker took?
Less risk of dying, less risk of turning into a Red Skull type of person, less risk of becoming an abomination type of person.
But is there a computer
Less
chip
risk.
inside of it? Because if there is, I'm not taking it.
Listen, Carly took it.
If Jeff Bezos made it, I'm not taking it.
If I get better cell phone service,
Funded it,
yes.
sorry. If Jeff Bezos funded it.
Well, you don't need a cell phone at that point. You just touch your ear and you're like, "Hey, can you hear me?" And it
Yeah.
works.
Can you hear me now?
I'm like, who am I talking to?
I would totally take it. Like, there's no risk to it, bro. You just take
there
it.
didn't seem to be any side effect, was there?
It's perfected. You can just take
We
it.
don't
and
know
you're
that
good.
though. As LB points out, we don't know.
Won't be able to get high
Not
again?
updated.
Is that a condition?
Well, you can't. Well,
drink.
You can't get drunk.
You can't get stoned. You can't get drunk.
Right. Your body's allergic. You can't get really sick. You can't get sick.
I'd be willing to take the risk. I would be willing to take the risk.
I'll take that risk. I'll
take the risk.
The only thing it does, it enhances who you are. So, I'm only going to be a little bit more of who I am. Freak it. I'm good. I get super strength, enhanced
I can't be any more
agility.
A higher
I
top?
can't be any more of an egotistical. I can't be any more of an egotistical son of a bitch, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can windmill it like Michael Jordan, sign me up, man. Yeah.
But like I say, Mike, if this was the original serum with that Cap took, you either risk turning into a Red Skull, getting bad skin, or taking a risk of it not working in that little device Howard had. Because remember, they needed multiple serums for it to work for him too. It wasn't just one vial; they had like 3,
They had the
4
whole
of
row,
them.
yeah.
So it took a
No,
lot.
because
took a lot.
Captain Peggy only needed the 1 vial.
No.
Hey.
She took 3 when it was technically supposed to be 4. He took out 1.
So I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying
one
that
was just 1.
there's a 50% success rate when you think about that first serum because 1 went to Red Skull and 1 went to Captain America. Okay, so Dr. Erskine is shooting 50% from the field goal.
Oh, but
You
see,
know who
also,
took the- yeah,
no, hold on, no, Killmonger, because also didn't
Station.
Erskine say that it was dependent on what was inside of you. So if the Red Skull was like a degenerate who
it just
had
amplified.
yeah, exactly. So that's why it reacted
why he
negatively
gets
in
two.
him. Yes,
Because he said, promise me one thing, be a good man.
Mm-hmm.
But see,
Okay.
but I don't think that has much to do with it as far as like.
stop it, kid. That's the story we're going with.
Hear me? Because remember he got bad skin from it. Bad his skin literally turned red and fell off.
It amplified what was already inside of him.
Yeah, I mean he was already a negative person and amplified those emotions,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
he got a bad side effect from it. Bad skin.
Yeah, but he got an earlier version of the serum.
Right.
But,
that's why I say
between
earlier
then
version is a risk.
and when Steve got it, I'm sure he might have, gotten rid of some of the kinks.
Yeah, it might not even be the same shot too. That's right. But
Yeah.
we definitely know what happened to Carly. Okay, all the Flag Smashers, every single one of them are villains. John Walker, he's not a noble kind of guy. I know K can make a couple of arguments for him, but I don't believe that John Walker is an upstanding citizen.
John Walker simp, man. He's a simp.
I want what Captain
Not
America
in the comic
got.
book, he wasn't.
What was he in the comic books?
He was a patriot. He wanted to be as good as Captain America. It's just that when his parents died, he kind of lost it a bit. That's all. In the comic books, his parents died, and in the TV show, his partner dies.
I'm not taking it. Let's do a vote around here. If you're taking the new super soldier serum, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. All right, you guys win.
Well, you're not
it is
you
literally
guys are taking
no
it?
risk. Wait a minute, you guys. Mike and Joe, you guys are missing out on power.
Power.
I'm good.
You guys would rather be mortal men and not be gods like us with this power?
Power.
See, and I guarantee you're going to look like the Red Skull after you get done with your dose, okay? Right there, see?
Yeah, even his hair is going to turn red. It's going to be like...
Would you take the new super soldier serum over a spider radioactive bite?
No, definitely the spider bite. The spider bite.
Yeah, you'd be stronger. Spider bite, right?
I'll take Spider-Man's power over Cap. Sorry, I love Cap. I'll take Spider-Man's powers. I want that spider sense.
That's a holistic treatment.
And I'd rather have a spider bite than a needle. That's for sure.
Wait, but who lives longer though?
I don't care. With the spider sense, you live a lot longer.
Well, yeah, you can anticipate
Cap.
Danger, but like you
don't age as fast
longer too.
Good point.
Because Cap ages slower compared to Spider-Man.
Well, if that's the case, I'll take Nick Fury's Infinity. If that's the case, then I'll take Nick Fury's Infinity Serum because Nick Fury has been around since the 50s, and he had that serum, and he never aged. Again, that's comic book. That's not obviously in the MCU movies. But
you're watching 33 Burning MCU Questions, but Mike asked me to do 10 more, so we're gonna go all the way to 43. Row Comics, if you're ever in Bridgeport, Connecticut, that's his shop. SSJK.Sanctum, if you're like in the West Coast, that's his channel. We got the Jaded Fanboy if we're ever north of the border. And then there's Tim Possible. I don't know where you are, but you're in America.
North of the border.
Yeah, I'm in the Midwest, Indiana.
There it is. Indiana. Question number 41. Which role helped Scarlett Johansson get signed? Obviously, her epic role in Home Alone 3 as a youngster.
I was going to say the casting couch role.
She was in Home Alone 3?
She was. She was the older sister.
It's the casting couch role that she won.
Let me see.
I didn't know that.
I don't really remember that bad movie anyways. So.
That's the only reason I put this question in here is because I remembered that.
I never saw it, so I don't know.
Did you guys ever see, I think, The Prestige with Hugh Jackman? And that was a cool movie. That was before 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, she was in this movie.
That was a good. I like that.
I didn't even know it was her.
I couldn't.
And then she was also in Justin Timberlake's music video. What comes around?
What goes around? Yeah. That doesn't get you a Marvel role, though.
Yeah, she's just super hot in that, though. Very nice.
Yeah, I would show you the role that was able, but I don't think this would turn into an MSK stream.
Yeah, it's not MSK stream. So
but trust me, what's on the phone right here? Yeah, that's what got her the role.
Yeah, I told you the casting couch role that she got.
Celebrity Jihad.
I guess we're going to question 42. Is it disrespectful to recast if Chadwick Boseman's family says no?
Oh, in that case, yes. If the Boseman family say no, then yes, it's disrespectful.
I'll be honest. I mean, their family really doesn't have any rights to the character of Black Panther.
Yep.
They're associated to Chadwick Boseman, not Black Panther.
Yeah, but is it still disrespectful though? It's not a question of whether they should allowed or not allowed.
If the family said no, I mean, I'll be honest. I really don't care about their opinion in the matter. If they feel it's disrespectful, that's fine. But them saying we can't recast just because Chadwick played Black Panther. And if it's disrespectful, then fine. But he can be recast.
The question is,
if the character was associated with the family, like just same way Superman is associated with the whose family? Is it associated with Siegel or Joe Shuster or both?
Both.
If it's associated with them like that, different story. Is that character?
So if Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's family said something, it'd be different.
Right, very different. Because Stan Lee created a character. If his family said,
yeah, but see, Chadwick was, but this, and again, I mean the whole representation thing and stuff like that. Like this transcended what a normal like movie release would be. When and again, we point out how like certain things matter more to people, and I mean everybody experiences something in their own way, but this reached like in ways that we can't comprehend. So, and the circumstances of him passing away and stuff like that, it's not like it was like, you know, well, oh, he was old, so he was going to die anyways, you know, like he was in the prime of his life, and to know that he was doing these things while he was suffering from that just goes to show the dedication to the character that he had. So I think if they asked, I think I want to say, yeah, it would be. And I mean,
what was that? By saying you don't care what the family thinks, you're also showing disrespect to the family.
Well, look, because I'm like this. Look, if Chadwick and Chadwick put T'Challa on the map, but if this is,
I think it's the other way around.
If there was casting an actor that was coming here trying to mimic Chadwick and be Chadwick and act like him, and the family has some issue with that, okay, different story. But their input on if he should be recasted or not,
I don't agree with that either.
It really doesn't matter because they're just associated with Chadwick.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
The question is, it's not. I don't think the question isn't, do they have a say in it?
Right.
The question isn't, does the family have a say in Chadwick and Boseman being replaced?
It ain't disrespectful.
I don't think it's disrespectful because, like, they've done it before. There's been other instances. For example, what was that show? That Spartan show or whatever. The main actor died after the first season. They recast another guy to take over the role.
Yeah, but did the family say no though?
It shouldn't even be a family thing. They're not like, you know, the agents or whatever. Like it's they didn't play the role. I mean, sure, they're the, you know, supporting him or whatever, but
do you think we'll ever see another Joker?
What did they do for the role?
Do you think we'll ever see another Joker?
They gave birth to the son that actually played it.
Yeah, they gave birth to him, but like, what work did they do? What work did they put in? Was they there on set filming the movie, making the movie? I doubt any of them was associated with any of that.
Yeah.
They probably are like any other family supporting.
Again, I don't think the family has any say in it. I don't think the family has. I guess the question was, does the family have any say in them recasting?
Well, they don't. We know they don't.
I would say no, they don't. But it's like,
it is disrespectful. I would consider it disrespectful, even though I would be okay with Marvel doing it. I would recognize that having another actor just come in and continue. And yes, he would have to mimic T'Challa's performance because it's the same universe. Unlike another Joker, which I think Mike was going to go to. Yes, Heath Ledger died, and Joaquin Phoenix or Jared Leto got it next, and then Joaquin Phoenix and other people get it. But each time it is a different universe.
Well, all right, well, let me say it like this: if an actor was coming in here trying to like be Chadwick and act, you know, or try and be better than Chadwick in the role, for me, I was like, just come in there and be T'Challa.
Yeah,
because a lot of people
go off of what T'Challa. He's got to go off the four other performances of T'Challa.
Right.
You have to do that.
Yeah, and that's fine, but like, just be T'Challa though.
Yeah,
okay. Be T'Challa, and he's going to, because this thing, I don't want that. This is already a problem. People think if you recast, the new person coming in would mess up Chadwick's legacy or whatever, or try and be better than Chadwick.
Just
I'm not
have the
bothered
person
by
come
that.
in and beat T'Challa.
But
People are
being
expecting him to
T'Challa, you are being Chadwick Boseman's work.
You have to replicate Chadwick Boseman's interpretation of Black Panther and T'Challa.
Or it would be inconsistent.
You can't switch the interpretation.
But you can't 100% replicate that.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but you can't. Like, in other words, whoever they recast can't suddenly make T'Challa be, a gambler and a happy-go-lucky type guy who doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's a womanizer. You can't do that. You have to be faithful to how it was portrayed by Chadwick Boseman.
Just when you come in, be the MCU T'Challa. Like, just be T'Challa. Because I don't want actors thinking they got to come in there and be Chadwick if they did that. Because people might put that pressure on them. Like, you got to be like Chadwick.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be immense pressure. No matter what he does, no matter how good he does, they're just going to compare him saying, yeah, but you weren't as good as Chadwick Boseman, so it's not. It's a lose-lose situation for whoever's recast.
Hey, it happened with Dumbledore. Like, that guy was... Huh?
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Right? That man died. It was a universe that needed to continue, and we just mosey on down.
Dumbledore?
He was only in, what, one movie or two movies?
He was in
Tim,
two.
do you know?
I think the first two movies or whatever.
Was it two?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't like physically show up until like.
No, he's in every movie. Dumbledore.
Yeah, he's in every movie. Dumbledore, absolutely.
Yeah, he's the main centerfold of the. He's a big part.
Yeah, but he's not like physically
eventually
walking
die,
around
though?
and stuff in there. He's kind of like a shadow and stuff in the films.
How can Dumbledore be in every movie?
No, he's. No. The actor died. The original actor died.
No, I mean Dumbledore dies in the books, doesn't he?
Yeah, not till later on. Not till movie 6.
Oh, okay. So it's not
yeah.
Okay, he did it in. He played him in issue in movies 1 and 2, and Michael Gambon played him in films 3 to 8.
Yeah, dude, he had epic battles like in the Chamber of Secrets or whatever. Like, there's a massive, he was pretty active for an old guy, kind of moving around.
Well, so how did the Dumbledore actor pass away?
While it wasn't unexpectedly, because he was kind of old, but it's still they weren't counting on it because they cast him, so they must have figured long term he would still be.
They were hoping at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has a little scene.
So unexpected because if they was going for 7 movies, they was possibly expecting for this guy to last 7 movies. So it was unexpected.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And if the dude signed on for if it's 8, how old was he when he died? The original actor in his 90s or something, 80s.
He's old.
Old.
He was 72. That's not that old nowadays.
Yeah, it's not that old. Like, he could have probably made it until the 7th movie.
Mm-hmm.
He could have made it, but due to that age, probably wasn't as healthy as he should have been.
Yeah.
But look here what Aggressively Relaxing writes us. Chadwick really was a unique talent that meant the world to people. It's a fool's errand to recast, especially when you had the What If already recorded. The What If stuff aside, if you had this mentality for Joker, we would have never gotten Joaquin Phoenix's Oscar-winning role.
Darn it!
If
you say that like it's a negative.
If we put too much of this is why if everyone just focus on Toby being Spider-Man, so like you have to be Toby and stuff. If we can't associate these actors to these characters too much, because then you mess up what we can get from these characters. Because
Chadwick hit in a different way though.
I know
he did a great job.
He did a great job. I'm not taking that away, but look, we're going to miss out on T'Challa and Storm. T'Challa versus Namor.
Well, we don't even have a Storm though. Shit. We don't have a Storm though, so don't say that. Like we're missing out. No,
potential
we're missing out on Storm.
We can get. We're missing out on all those.
You're nitpicking on K-Dot's point. Like, okay, maybe we're not gonna get a Storm within the next 5 years, but we're gonna not be getting T'Challa Black Panther stories for the next until Marvel reboots 12 years later.
Mike, let me ask the question. Mike, I had a question. Let's be real. How many good T'Challa stories do you want to? Shuri stories you want to see in the MCU as far as Black Panther compared to T'Challa?
You know what?
What's like?
Recommend me
some good Shuri stories that we can get in the MCU because I need some to hype me up if that's the case.
Come on, Mike. You know this book sold well this week.
I have not even read it yet.
It was all right.
Hopefully, it's better than Batman.
Did it sell well this week though at your shop?
Yeah, that and Hulk.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's just and look, it's also the same with the Fast and the Furious movies. They messed up Brian's character now after the passing of Paul Walker.
So we got our token black girl. We're good.
You'll be all right.
Because of them not recasting Brian, I'm not saying that they had to recast him immediately, but they should have recasted Brian too. Because now that character sucks in the movies now. He's still alive. And Brian, as you know from the Fast and Furious movies, always comes to join the team for anything. But then in Fast 9, his wife shows up and he's not there. It's like, this doesn't make any sense anymore. It never made any sense, but character-wise, Brian's not much of a good character no more.
But I can't say what we were just saying about T'Challa, about we're missing out on all of these Brian stories from the source material. It's because it's an original character who is associated with the actor Paul Walker. For that one, I'm okay with never recasting. And yeah, it does look weird that only the sister Mia is in there.
The wife shows up. He's like,
yeah, I know, but I also understand the real life circumstances, so I kind of
right, and I do too. I can understand it, but I can also be all like, yeah, narrative wise, this doesn't work, but I understand why they didn't do it. I understand.
Everybody got over Don Cheadle.
I was just gonna say that that bothered me too. And
that pissed me off.
That's like a third tier character.
Hey, that pissed me off when they recasted.
That's what I'm saying.
That was
and this is like a main character, and he elevated the character of Black Panther.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not taking
and the circumstances are tragic. It's not like, oh well, Terrence Howard's math didn't add up, or Marvel, whatever, they weren't. So he's like, I'm out later. And then Don Cheadle came in. This is like he died like an excruciating, painful death. And if he didn't, he still would be the character, and he would be representing Black Panther. But
no one cared about Terrence Howard.
I did. I love Terrence.
I cared.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I hate how Disney said, "I'm here. It's me. Get over it." And it was like I literally gave the movie. I literally did this to the movie screen. I go, "Fuck you." No, I don't. No, I don't have to get over it, Disney. But nice try.
I didn't know
Disney. If we kept Terrence Howard, Rhodey would have had all kinds of swag that he should have.
Yeah, and he would have been nailing Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel.
Fact.
Guaranteed.
And it wasn't Disney at the time. 2010, it was still under a Paramount movie.
Don Cheadle's Rhodey is such a square, man. Like, he doesn't have any like swag or life to him.
He doesn't have any presence.
Right.
I like Don Cheadle, but
yeah.
I mean, Terrence's one line, "Next time, baby," was still better than anything Don Cheadle did in the entire run of his.
Except for the Tony Stank thing. I mean, that was kind of funny. That was
he
was partly responsible for that.
But that was Stan Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah. But he helped it along. I mean,
he helped it along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 43rd.
I wasn't even a big War Machine fan, but when Terrence went "Next time, baby," I was like, okay, now I want to see a War Machine movie.
Boom!
Don Cheadle does not inspire.
Tony said Disney did me dirty, man. Hey, man, Disney did me dirty.
Maybe he should have sued him too.
We got Riri Williams. Don't worry, guys. She'll save it. The 43rd and final.
Where do you get these hot takes? I mean,
43. Are set photo leaks staged? Yes, they are.
They gotta be at this point. They gotta be. Like, the quality of the picture.
Yep.
I don't think so. I think technology is allowing these shady things to happen. Like whether it's like glasses, like I saw there's apparently Apple is doing a glass thing now too, and we know Google tried their little thing. Like there's ways you can do this. You get the little spy camera things or whatever. Yeah, so I don't think some. I allow for the occasional. You want to generate publicity and stuff like that. Yes, but I don't think they're all staged. I think
think about like this. Oh, like if you get like the on-set shots, then yes, those aren't staged. Like you'll go on Twitter or whatever, and you'll see like on stage of a couple of people rehearsing a scene or whatever.
Hell, they even have an app. They have an app where you can put you can play the app or whatever and take pictures while you're playing the app, so they won't know that you're taking pictures. Because usually, so yeah, no, I do think that some of them are staged, and then there's some that aren't.
Like if you look at it like this, I remember when Anna Diop Starfire, her set photos got leaked, and it looked like someone far away took it, probably zoomed in and took the picture, right? But that was somebody on set that intentionally wanted to take that picture, release it, and let it get some buzz. These people from the inside, whether they're getting the higher ups telling them to do it or they're doing it on their own, it's always people from the inside leaking this stuff to get some buzz. Yeah. So this stuff is intentional. These set photos aren't just by accident. It's different if it's a set photo of like a pedestrian on the street and they take pictures of it. Like when the Flash movie set photos leak, people on the street. It wasn't people on the set. Those people on the street. When it's people on the street, it's different.
Okay, there was a set photo of Hawkeye.
It's staged.
Do you remember when Kate Bishop and Clint were walking right in front of the camera, and this was supposedly a set leak? Do you remember that shot? That's what got me thinking that these are beginning to be staged.
Well, they've been staged for a while, though, Chillmonger. They've been.
I had a customer come in and tell me today about a picture that has now leaked about a potential character who could be appearing in a potential Marvel product.
I don't mind if you say so. I don't know what you guys all feel, but go ahead and say it.
Because it's a rumor. It's rumor. It doesn't has no relevance.
I think I know what Mike might be talking about.
You want to know?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Tim?
If anybody watching doesn't want to know,
tell me.
Earmuffs. Do the eternal earmuffs.
Yeah.
That fanboy like.
Mike, you want to give a hint? What color was his clothes? What color was his clothes?
Well, I didn't want to see it. He just told me about it. I mean, I already knew about the character, but Kingpin.
Yeah, that was that's nothing new.
I'm happy. I'm looking forward to that one.
Someone sent me some leaks of what Kingpin's supposed to look like. I'm not gonna pass them around, but I'm not sure.
There's leaks that Daredevil's supposed to be in it. Ooh, there's a leak.
All I gotta say is Photoshop is a thing. So
yeah. Kind of like how Toby and Andrew are going to be in it. They're going to be photoshopped.
I mean, I would have so much more respect for Marvel if they just cut them out. They cut them out. I just want to Toby and Andrew, and not because Toby's trash. I'm not saying that, but I want to all these entitled fans that have been sitting here bitching and moaning about not getting what they feel they deserve. I want them to say, right there, buddy, right there.
I'm with them because I'm not the biggest.
That's the only reason. I don't want to see Toby, period. But I just want it just because of that reason. I want them to cut it out and just say, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. Stop thinking this is what you deserve.
It is not our fault. They're setting up a multiverse movie. I mean, the possibilities get wild when you do a multiverse movie for Spider-Man's third solo film. I mean,
I'm not the biggest Tom Holland fan, but I keep looking at it going, this is Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie. Like, why are you having other Spider-Man hijack this movie? They had their Spider-Man movies.
It's not hijacking.
Yes, it is.
Bonus. It's like I had 33 questions, and then I had 10 more bonus Spider-Man, Toby, and Andrew questions.
What about The Flash? Do you think that Batman is hijacking that movie? Because the only reason everybody's excited about this movie, it's not because of Ezra Miller and the hot dogs in his pocket. It's because of Batman. It's because of Michael Keaton.
There's less talk about the Sinister Six, and there's more talk about Toby and Andrew. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they're Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's like they had their Spider-Man movies. This is, and not only that, isn't this possibly Tom Holland's last MCU Spider-Man?
Last contracted.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's got one more. He's got one more.
He's got one more.
It's like supporting. It's a supporting thing.
Hey, and Jaded, I do not disagree with you. This should be Tom Holland. Like, Doctor Strange shouldn't be here. There shouldn't be no Toby and Andrew. This should be him.
I don't like it when Iron Man's in a Spider-Man movie. I'm not going to like it when other Spider-Man are in it.
Like, this shouldn't even be a multiverse movie, but hey, it's multiverse.
And again, I'm not even a Tom Holland fan, but it's like I gotta respect the actor. It's his goddamn Spider-Man movie.
Who's playing Kingpin? Vincent D'Onofrio or what?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Nice. Yes.
That's the rumor.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Did you know there's people that when that rumor came out of Kingpin possibly being like CGI and stuff, there's people
that was the second part of what I heard today.
Yeah, it was a rumor. I'm not saying it's true, but like there's so many people for it, and I was like, you don't even need CGI to do Kingpin. Just get a dude with a dad bod.
No, dude, for him. No,
isn't the actor still alive? Why wouldn't he do it?
Vincent D'Onofrio looked fine as Kingpin. Like,
yeah, no. But I'm saying there's people for them like using some CGI enhancements to like make him slightly.
Make a big.
Like he looked into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
No, please don't do that.
I don't want that because that won't work in real life. Like Vincent D'Onofrio is perfect. He got the dad bod. But
I want the sumo wrestler. I want the sumo wrestler Kingpin.
It's his height that makes him scary. It's not really his dad bod. It's his height that makes him scary. That's why Vincent D'Onofrio works.
Well, it's his height and his presence.
Yeah, that's height and
presence. His size is his basic. Why he can take. It was because of his size that he could take on Spider-Man and not, and actually.
But he's not no super obese dude. He just has a dad bod, but he's not no super. People want a big. Obese.
I want a big.
In the comic book, he's like more squarish, like rectangular-ish than
more round.
Yeah.
And they made him the mayor of New York around 2016.
Still
my God, really?
Still is. And Daredevil.
Hey man, Kingpin gotta find his ways to control crime and stuff. He's got to stay at the top.
Or it's Donald Trump winning an election.
Hey. Kingpin is a fair person, He's
sure he is. Kingpin's an absolutely fair person. Ask his wife.
Is Daredevil going to be in this Spider cameo?
Ask his wife and ask his son how fair Kingpin is.
Well, that brings us to more leaks, Tim. John Campea posted a photo that showed Daredevil, Charlie Cox, in there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Was it his forearm? Was it his forearms or was it his actual body?
Whole face.
It was upper torso.
Well, this
he was sitting at a table. He was sitting at a table, and you kind of saw torso.
Yeah, it looks like he was consulting Peter and his Aunt May, and Happy Hogan was in that photo too. And they were just, I guess, discussing the court proceedings, maybe.
Yeah, kind of like in a kitchen table of somebody's house or whatever.
Yeah, because when I saw that set photo with the John Campea one he posted with Toby, Andrew, and Tom, the thing is, we know they use a lot of trick CGI suits and stuff, and he was wearing his Far From Home suit, and it appeared that it was in the final sequence. But I remember Sean brought up something about that whole background they was in, because that background was very similar to what we saw in the second trailer, because we didn't really know where the final fight was going to take place. And when you compare the picture that came out to that second trailer, where
but maybe the person who did the photo. Yeah, but maybe the person who did the photoshopping did know that. That's why he used that picture.
Maybe, yeah.
So,
but that background is like very, very much accurate to that final, where the final fight takes place. So that could be real. That picture could be real. But his suit is different though. That's why it's weird. The suit is the Far From Home suit, and he's not used that at the final.
Yeah, but who knows how many suits? Who knows how many suits Tom Holland's going to have in this movie? He could have like 3 or 4.
This morning on Paul's stream, he was citing IMDb because apparently they have this character for how many episodes, this character for how many episodes, and all that. And Yelena was on there, Florence, whatever her name is. Yeah, and but they don't have Vincent D'Onofrio. Sorry, as Kingpin on here.
Oh. Yeah,
but they did that with a bunch of movies until the actual release date. Release date.
And they don't got Toby.
Why would they have Yelena and not,
Because Yelena's not a big deal. Nobody cares.
Well, she also got teased. She got teased in Black Widow to show up in Hawkeye.
True, but that doesn't
And
mean
look,
she's going to.
Toby and Andrew, if they are in the movie,
See, here we go with entitlement. Here we go with entitlement. She might have just been saying, "No, this is the dude. This is the dude that killed your sister." And then in her next movie, in Black Widow 2, then you would have seen her going after Hawkeye. All of a sudden, you're like, "Oh no, it's going to be in the TV show."
Well, it's the Hawkeye TV show. It was a picture of Hawkeye. Come on now.
She's gonna be in a TV show. She's gonna show up. Probably like episode 5.
Could be yeah, but as far as we know, it could just be a flashback.
It won't be a flashback. She's showing up.
Hey, Marvel Comics sticking with Kingpin.
I love how you convert hope to actuality. You're gonna manifest. You're literally gonna manifest.
They literally, Black Widow they literally teasing Black Widow. She's not gonna just not. And if anything, she's probably gonna get teased in this show, but she's going to show up. That's the thing. Whether she gets teased in this to fight Hawkeye in the future, she's showing up in this show. If she doesn't, then I'm like, okay, what are you making us wait for?
Then how many hate videos are you gonna make for your channel? 32? 42?
Not as many if Toby and Andrew don't show up. That's for sure. No,
this whole channel is gonna be hate.
When I do my review, if Toby and Andrew ain't show up, I'm gonna be very vocal about it.
No. I could easily see.
I'm not gonna trash the movie.
You'll make your video. You'll go.
He's gonna be salty.
This will be like this. This will be the start of his video. He'll be so mad he won't even know
for 5 minutes.
To say.
5 minutes, he's just gonna be silent. Just
5 minutes of just. I can't believe. Are you really shit? Really? It'll be that'll be his first video. Then his second video, he'll have composed himself, and then he'll.
Not Krakoa. Everything else, yes. Krakoa, no.
Oh look, I'm more. This is the thing they gotta do. Toby and Andrew gotta be in it, and they also need to have a secret villain too in this movie, because we don't know who the sixth villain is. I don't know who that sixth villain is. Because if there's gonna be a Sinister 5, bullshit. This better not be no fucking Sinister 5. If they're doing this, it better be a Sinister 6. Just imagine this is a Sinister 5, guys.
This is the closest we're gonna get to
alliteration.
I would like a 6.
Just imagine if this is the Sinister 5.
It starts with the letter S. Therefore, I need it to be Sinister 6. The number.
Well, no, because that's what it is from the comic books. It's the Sinister 6. It's always. It's like the Frightful 4 for the Fantastic Four. There's always 4 in the Frightful 4.
It's alliteration.
Isn't Vulture still around somewhere? Right?
He should be.
Yeah.
Vulture's around, and Scorpion was introduced, so there's those two at least.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's Venom. Like, might as well just make it Venom.
We're like slowly losing viewers. It says that there's 6 people watching right now. It used to say 11.
Because we're talking about Trash Toby.
They're just here for the questions, man. I appreciate every single one of you, including Aggressively Relaxing. And to answer this, yes, Thor continuing to be the king after what Jason Aaron wrote, after like the War of the Realm stuff, that's great. But it is the bare minimum to continue what the prior guy was doing. It's not like Donny Cates is not really continuing the Immortal Hulk story, it feels like, from not to spoil it.
Kind of, sort of, a little bit. Not in every issue, but once in a while he'll bring it out. There it is. Yeah.
And then and then the Galactic Empire of Wakanda thing. It just happened. So, let's see how much they honor it, because so far from the first issue of the new Black Panther volume, they talked about it, that we never visited it, and it's like. Yeah.
I'm just so glad he's back on Earth now. That was ridiculous.
When the page opens, and I did a review on this, so I guess you can watch it. Actually, never mind. You'll see what I had to say about it. But it really felt like, okay, yeah, the Avengers T'Challa is in this book, not whatever Coates was writing earlier.
Yeah. But yeah, the Krakoa thing was definitely no. They
dropped the ball. Jonathan Hickman had a plan, and that
was the worst.
Yeah, we couldn't even contain ourselves.
And it's even worse if we find out later that they decided not to. Not that Hickman's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm kind of like, I'm feeling George R.R. Martin-ish, and I don't feel like finishing it anymore. But if they actually actively said, yeah, no, we don't want to do this anymore. We want to keep doing the balls, the whatever, the Hellfire Ball or whatever it was. Like, we want to do crappy shit like that. And it's like, wait, you had Jonathan Hickman there, who did an excellent job reframing the entire X-Men universe, and wow.
All I hear is good point, aggressive and relaxing. You're 100% right. That's right. Alex, I need you on this show next week if you're available. I'll DM you. Until then, I am Chillmonger. This has been the 43 Burning MCU Questions. It's so fire. It's so hot. That's Mike over there. He's got a shop at Bridgeport, Connecticut called Rogue Comics. K-Dot, you want to plug anything?
All right, guys, find me at SJK Sanctum. I have my South Park COVID special reaction coming soon. In my mini series of South Park COVID reactions. Be on lookout for it.
And Tim, you have something to promote, I'm sure.
Yeah, Monday.
He looks just like Kylo Ren. That's why I maximized the screen.
Hello there. So yeah, Monday at 8:30 p.m. ET, I am doing the House of Gucci spoiler review as a panel. And if you all see it, let me know. You can join. And then Wednesday, Part 2 Harry Potter stream. Any Potterheads can join. Chillmonger, are you Potterhead?
I guess so. Yeah, I've read all the books.
Awesome. Okay, sweet. I'm doing a stream on Wednesday, 9 p.m. ET. If you want to join, I'll send you a link. We had a pretty good time last time. We got way off the rails, but it was good. But anyone can join. But yeah, that's what I got going on. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. The jaded fanboy is gonna be mad about shit, and he'll post videos about it, right?
Well, I would. It's just that I finally updated my computer, so I'm kind of busy catching up on 5 years worth of gaming. So I've been kind of lax on making videos. I still want to make my Wonder Woman video, but I make videos in which I explain how stupid the movies you all love are, so that way you can get mad at me.
Ravenclaw represent. I don't know how you guys cannot be pro Gryffindor. That's what the main character of the show was.
I'm Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Gryffindor balls, bro.
What was the one with the girl with the acorns for the earrings?
Luna.
Yeah, Luna. What was she in?
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. That girl. I ended up finding out about her. I'm now a Hufflepuff fan.
I could have sworn she was a Ravenclaw, but
no, Hufflepuff. Slytherin. I'm Slytherin.
Yeah, it was Slytherin. It was Slytherin for me first, but then Luna converted me to Hufflepuff.
Gryffindor people are just like squares, bro.
You know who's not a square? You.
Oh.
Oh man, Gryffindor. All right, that's the end of the screen, everyone.
Favorite clan.
Bye.